fielder of the UC Irvine Anteaters, hitting .350, leads them in slugging percentage, on base percentage, batting average, triples. I think he leads the conference in triples, home runs, et cetera, et cetera. And, Rob, we're looking forward to having you back in pro ball someday.
Yeah, me back in pro ball. Someday I can get there. Who knows? We're going to have to wait and see. That's okay. You're listening to the Big West Insider, AM 1370, KWRM. Rob Bushka along with Mark Roberts, making his last appearance ever on KWRM. When we come back, we're going to run down some of the softball standings in the Big West Conference. Don't go away.
That's 3-0 good. There it is! Number 500! Looks like those Jacks back.
Hi, this is Rob Bushka, voice of Cal State Fullerton basketball and baseball. You know, not a day goes by that people don't say, you got a great job, you're a sports broadcaster. How did you get into it? Well, that's easy. Broadcastertraining.com. Your answer is just a click away. At broadcastertraining.com, you'll pay a fraction to get into the business of what you'd pay in one of those broadcasting schools. Plus, you learn from the best in the business. It doesn't matter whether you want to be in sports, talk radio, or even be a DJ. Broadcastertraining.com is the place to go. With over a 95% placement rate, there is no better choice than broadcastertraining.com. Look them up for the lowest rates around on the web. You pick the station to train at in your local area. Broadcastertraining.com. It'll work for you.
Dortex Systems Incorporated reminds listeners there is no such thing as keeping your children too safe. Be sure to know where your children are at all times and whom they're with. Prevent child abductions by teaching your children the danger of strangers. For more information on the prevention, call 800-THE-LOST. This message sponsored by Michael Peters and the caring staff from Dortex Systems Incorporated in Irvine at 1555 McGaw Avenue, a licensed, bonded, and insured contractor for over 8 years. Call them Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. till 5 p.m. at 851-7130. On the air because they care. Well, you just hit me with your best shot a moment ago. I mean, my career...
You used to date her, didn't you, when you were like in high school? Or?
Yeah, right. Right. No, wait a minute. I was 56 when I dated her. I'm 92 now, right. So I mean, what would it matter? Hey, we got to run down a couple of softball standings because that's a big sport in the Big West, and we have a couple of teams excelling. And then get out of here for Quakes baseball with the one and only Rob Brender coming up in a couple moments. Cal State Fullerton is 11-1, leading the Big West Conference. 30 wins overall, 30-13. Long Beach State very much in contention. They're 7-2, second in the Big West Conference. Cal State Northridge having a decent season at 7-5. Pacific, and of course we just had an interview with an outstanding Pacific left fielder just a moment ago. They are 6-6, break even at the turn here in Big West Conference softball standings. Santa Barbara 5-6, Cal Poly 5-7, Riverside and Utah State struggling this year. The Highlanders 2-9 and Utah State 1-8. Those are your Big West Conference current standings as of April 20th.
Well, another show in the bag, Mark Roberts. It's been a lot of fun. Again, stay tuned for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. And don't forget Titan Baseball tomorrow, the number 1 ranked team in the country at 5:45 with the pregame show. They take on the UCLA Bruins, and then this weekend they'll be at Cal Poly. Friday night's game, a 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock start, right here on KWRM. Titan Talk with George Horton Wednesday from downtown Fullerton, the Stadium Tavern, Arbor and Wilshire. The corner, we'll see you there as well. Ronnie Prettyman and Derek Merrill of the Big West Cal State Fullerton Titans will join us as well. Have a good night, everybody.
It's been a while since I first saw you. It's been a while since I could stand on my own good feet again. It's been a while since I could call you.
The following is a special presentation of KWRM AM 1370 Sports. Welcome to the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes On Deck pregame show, presented each and every game by Allcom USA. Allcom USA telecommunications solutions that work. And now, for a preview and a look at today's game, as well as news and notes from around minor and Major League Baseball, let's join Rob Brender, the voice of the Quakes, on AM 1370.
On a cool and cloudy evening with temperatures in the mid-40s, welcome inside Lancaster Municipal Stadium in Lancaster, California, where tonight the Quakes will open up a 4-game series with the Lancaster JetHawks. Hello once again, everybody. I am Rob Brender. The Quakes are now 1-3 on their current 8-game road trip after they took the finale of a 4-game set in San Bernardino yesterday by a final score of 4-1. Once again, it was the Irvin Santana show as he limited the 66ers to 1 run on 2 hits in 7 1/3 innings of action, at one point setting down 13 consecutive batters between the 3rd and the 8th innings. The only mark against him, a solo home run for Phil Willingham, his first of the year leading off the 8th. Santana's now 2-0, having beat the 66ers each time, and has now allowed just 2 runs in his last 24 1/3 innings on the hill. The offense got RBI hits from Jason Aspito, Nick Gordo, Mike Howard, and a sacrifice fly run batted in from Jeff Mathis in the 8th to put the ball game away. With Aspito's 2 hits, he now has a 5-game hitting streak, and that's the club high this season. That brings the start of a new 4-game series in a place that has not been so friendly in the past to the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The Quakes were just 3-7 at the hangar last year. They're going to send left-hander Joe Torres, the league's leading pitcher, to the mound against the league's 3rd-rated pitcher, Lance Cormier, who is a right-hander. The Allcom USA pregame show will continue next. You are locked into the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Miraloma, California, in business since 1927. The Galliano family roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as a custom label. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or Sunday from 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Hey, Quakes fans, need a good laugh? Make your way down to the world-famous Improv Comedy Club and Restaurant at the Ontario Mills Mall. The Improv features all of today's biggest names in comedy. Check out some of the comedians coming soon to the Ontario Improv. Brian Regan, Kevin Pollak, Tommy Davidson, Bill Bellamy, Brett Butler, Jim Brewer from Saturday Night Live, DJ Hewley from the Kings of Comedy, and those are just some of the famous faces you'll see at the Ontario Improv. Visit the Ontario Improv website at www.improv.com for a full schedule, or call the Ontario Improv box office at area code 909-484-5411. The Ontario Improv is located at the Ontario Mills Mall, where the 10 and the 15 freeways come together. Don't miss out on a minute of the laugh at the Ontario Improv. Make your reservations now for all of your favorite comedians from television and film live on stage at the Ontario Improv. Tickets on sale now at www.improv.com or at the Ontario Improv box office at area code 909-484-5411.
Third.
Hey fans, it's Rob Brender, voice of the Quakes, reminding you to get out to the ballpark for some serious ball and good times.
Come see the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels, play at the beautiful epicenter of Interstate 15 at Foothill. For tickets as low as $6, call 909-481-5252. That's 481-5252. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Always a big hit.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
Welcome back to Lancaster's Municipal Stadium as we get set for the Quakes and the Lancaster JetHawks, the first meeting of the season between these two teams. Now joined by Quakes center fielder Nick Kempton. Nick, the Australian in town, I guess, for the third year in a row, and obviously the Australian players that come over to the United States kind of have that moniker of being tougher guys and guys that really go all out. Do you feel that that's true, and really, do you consider... looks to get that edge out of the box, use your speed very well to get on base. Really more of a slap hitter right now. You're trying to accumulate some more power to your swing?
Definitely, and I think that'll come I'm still a young guy, and that'll come as I get older and as I put on more weight. So, I'm pretty patient. I got power on my side.
You mentioned a young guy, 19 years old. Difficult, I guess, at the high level necessarily because these guys are usually much older than you are?
It's nothing new for me to be playing against guys that are older than me. I've always been playing against older guys back home and over here. So, really nothing new, and, I just take it how I see it.
I know that we had discussed your style and approach at the plate. You really love to go the other way, don't you?
Definitely, yeah. Love hitting the ball over the shortstop's head and, see if I can get a double out of it.
Talk to Yoshi, a guy that obviously knows a lot about hitting, otherwise he wouldn't be here. So hitting coach, what specifically is he working with you on right now?
Nothing specific right now. Obviously I'm feeling pretty good at the plate, but if something comes up, he's always there, and he's great to have in your back pocket when you need him.
So you go to the Arizona League your first year, you go back up to Cedar Rapids last season, and then you come here to Rancho Cucamonga this year. You had an opportunity, I know we were discussing a few days ago, to big league camp for a day. It must have been a fantastic experience.
Oh, it was amazing. It's what you dream of back home, playing with a big league team. So, hopefully a couple years down the track I can make it a little more permanent.
As I mentioned earlier, you stole 20 bases last year. You stole 9 a year before that. A guy that really wants to utilize his speed on the base pass. As a base stealer and a guy that's really trying to work on that, what specifically do you try to do to get better at base stealing? Is it just a matter of being out there?
I think definitely it's a matter of getting out there and reading the pitcher, and it's all game time. You get out there and you see the pitcher and you pick little things up, and that's really the big thing that helps.
By the way, the finger, obviously, which you injured earlier in this season, and of course you had the wrist injury from a couple of years ago, really must stiffen up in cold weather like this. And by the way, for everybody listening right now, it's about 10 degrees. We're sitting in the dugout and freezing. How's the finger feel?
It's fine. It hasn't bothered me at all since I did it, and the wrist it's always a little stiff, but you get used to it.
For the ball club right now, 8-7 on the season. You're a game back of these Lancaster JetHawks in second place in the South Division. Feel pretty good about the way things are going?
Yeah, for the most part, definitely. We've been slow here and there, but we've shown that when we're on, we're on, and I think we're very competitive. So, it's a matter of time before we really come together, and I think you'll see some good baseball then.
How about the rest of the talent on this team? I love to ask all the other guys that get a chance to play with the Cosmans and the Mathises of the world. Amazing amount of talent.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing just to come out here every day and look around and see how much talent there really is. It's a privilege to be around it.
Last question that I have for you. Finally got that first home run. Yeah, it was an inside the park shot, but at least it counts for something. The guys needle you a bit?
Well, a little bit, but when I look back at it, I can't think of any other way I would have liked to get my first home run. I think it's a mirror of my style of play, and I'm just happy to get numero uno on the board.
Nick Kempton, Quakes center fielder, thanks so much for joining me. Appreciate it very much. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thanks very much.
We're locked into the All-Com USA pregame show for Quakes baseball here in 2003. The Quakes and the Lancaster JetHawks from a freezing cold municipal stadium right after this on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Stadium Tavern in historic downtown Fullerton is a proud sponsor of Titan Sports. Located in Villa del Sol off Wilshire and Harbor, enjoy Stadium's happy hour from 4 to 7, 7 days a week. Try our classic burgers, or the elegance of chicken risotto, or our signature seafood. Stadium Tavern caters any party, big or small, and is the host venue for Titan Talk with George Horton. Stadium Tavern in downtown Fullerton. Call 714-447-4200. That's 714-447-4200.
When
When you stay at a Red Roof Inn, you can live large and pay little. At Red Roof Inns, you'll find quality rooms, friendly service, competitive rates, and enjoy complimentary morning coffee and the USA Today. Plus, as a Ready Card Preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With more than 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including nearby in Ontario, San Dimas, Anaheim, Santa Ana, and Victorville. Visit us at redroof.com or call 1-800-RED-ROOF. Live large and pay little at your friendly Red Roof Inn.
Pitch, hammer to left center. Forget about this one. This ball clears the trees in left field. 2, hammer to left field. Forget about it. How far will this one go? This ball is out of here. There goes the runner. The pitch is a pitch out. They've got him hung up. The throw goes to the shortstop. That's Rayburn. Runs it back to first and throws in time.
It's California League Baseball action with your Rancho Cucamonga Quakes live on KWRM AM 1370 and brought to you in part by
Alpha Graphics, Red Roof Inn, Country Crock, Laughlin, Nevada, Vineyard Bank, Southern California Housing Development Corporation, Used Oil Collection, Carl Bunting, McDonald's, Today in Baseball History, Goodyear Tires, Allcom USA, El Torito Mexican Restaurant, Chili's Restaurant, The Macaroni Grill, SportsJuice.com, California Department of Conservation, Rico, the Mossy Plaza, and the Ontario Improv.
Now, here's Rob Brender, the voice of the Quakes on 1370 AM KWRM Corona.
Welcome back to Municipal Stadium, also known as the Hangar in Lancaster, California. This is game number 4 on the, or rather game number 5, beg your pardon, on the current 8-game road trip, and game number 1 of a 4-game series with the Lancaster JetHawks. First meeting of the season between these two Southern Division foes. We'll be here Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday also for 7:15 p.m. starts. Tomorrow night's affair will be a tape-delayed ball game. So we're not going to actually have the play-by-play on the radio or internet side until approximately 10 o'clock or whenever the Cal State Fullerton baseball game finishes up. By the way, congratulations to the Titans of Cal State Fullerton, who are now a unanimous number 1 selection in both of the major polls. So the Titans and Cal State Fullerton are going to look to run into the College World Series and even beyond that. And they'll be on the air live tomorrow night on KWRM 1370. We will have a tape-delayed broadcast that will come after that, so probably sometime around 10 o'clock for those of you who are planning on listening on the radio and internet side. By the way, also understood that our internet broadcasts have been going very well, getting a lot of emails over the past couple of days from family and friends, mostly of the players for the respective teams that have tuned into the internet broadcast. I appreciate all of those emails. If you guys would like to email once again, it's rbrender, RBRENDER, at rcquakes.com. Let us know who you are, where you're listening from, and if you're a relative of one of these players, we'd love to know what your thoughts are so we can pass along some messages to them. The Quakes come into this ball game just 1 game back of the JetHawks in the South Division. Rancho Cucamonga 8-7 overall, Lancaster 9-6. The JetHawks just finished up a 3-game series played in High Desert. They held on to a 6-5 victory in their ball game yesterday. Meanwhile, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, who had lost 3 straight to start this road trip, bounced back and picked up a victory yesterday in Inland Empire by a count of 4-1. The Bats still appear to be a bit quiet. They're not scoring a lot of runs, obviously, considering just the 4 runs in the finale of the series. But that was good enough to get the victory because of how great the pitching was. Irvin Santana would go the first 7 1/3 inning, allowing just 1 run on 2 hits. And John Rowenhorst would finish up for his first save of the season with 1 2/3 innings, no runs, 1 hit. And Rowenhorst now with 2 career saves. So it appears as though the bullpen is strong. We certainly know that the starting rotation is strong. We will see the number 1 rated pitcher in the league tonight, Joe Torres, who is 2-0 with a 0.63 ERA. He'll be up against Lance Cormier, who, he's 1-2, but his ERA is 1.50. And that's because the JetHawks offense has given him only 3 runs of support all season long in his first 3 outings. The 3 runs of support in 18 1/3 innings on the mound. Simply just not going to get things done. We're going to take our final timeout. Come on back for the starting lineup and the first pitch right after this on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Baseball, its tradition, the American pastime, and the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. KWRM 1370 is proud to be your exclusive radio home for Quakes baseball. The California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels will host the best future big leaguers in the world in the 7th annual Carolina League versus California League All-Star Game in June. For tickets to the 10-time California League attendance champions, call 909-481-5252 or visit them on the web at icquakes.com. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball, only on KWRM.
Third.
Hey fans, it's Rob Render, voice of the Quakes, reminding you to get out to the ballpark for some serious ball and good time.
Come see the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels, play at the beautiful epicenter off Interstate 15 in Foothill. For tickets as low as $6, call 909-481-5252. That's 481-5252. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Always a big hit.
Welcome back to a freezing cold hangar in Lancaster, California. The temperature right now is in the mid-40s, and the wind is blowing out at 25 miles an hour consistent from left to right. According to the Weather Service, there's the chance that we may get a couple of sprinkles later on. The temperature by probably midway through the ball game should be in the upper 30s to low 40s, and the wind may kick up at points to upwards of 35 miles per hour. So it is miserable weather-wise, but the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes will hope to get hot here today and build upon their victory yesterday in San Bernardino as they take on the Lancaster JetHawks, who are right now in first place in the South Division. Here is the Red Roof Inn starting lineup for Bobby Meacham's Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Red Roof Inn, red knows the road. The shortstop, Tommy Murphy, going to lead things off today. It's Murphy's first opportunity to get back in the leadoff spot. That's because Adam Kennedy was in that position the last 4 nights. He has since left town, taking the day off today because the Angels are not in action, and he will be back with Anaheim tomorrow. The right fielder, Jason Aspito, will bat second. First baseman, Casey Kochman, in the number 3 hole. The cleanup man is catcher, Jeff Mathis. The eighth today is Mike Howard. Left fielder, Nick Gorno, will bat 6. Second baseman Justin Turner reinserted into the lineup. Of course, he missed all those days as Kennedy had to play second. The third baseman Casey Smith will bat 8th. And finally, center fielder Nick Kempton, who comes off his second off day of the year, will bat 9th. Defensively for the JetHawks, Jay Garthwaite is in left, Marlon Williams in center, Josh Kroger is in right, Dan Ugla at third. Sergio Santos, the number 1 overall pick for the Arizona Diamondbacks last year, will be at shortstop. Danny Richard will be at second base. The first baseman is Myobanex Santana. And the catcher today, Chris Snyder, on the mound, right-hander Lance Cormier. Cormier is 6'1", 192 pounds. He is out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Taken in the 4th round of the 2002 draft from the University of Alabama. In his 3 starts this year, 1-2, an ERA of 1.50, 18 1/3 innings, 18 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He has struck out 13, and he has only walked 1. Should be a very good pitching matchup tonight, at least on paper. The Quakes will be in the Road Grays, blue caps, blue letters, blue numbers. On the other side, the Lancaster JetHawks are in their cream-colored pants with black tops and black caps. Home plate umpire Tom Waters, the umpire in the field Chris Griffith. First pitch of the ball game is a fastball strike to left-handed batting Tommy Murphy. We get underway at 7:21, so a little bit late, but that is usually the case here in Lancaster. Into the line, the 0-1. Fastball misses outside. The book on Cormier is that the fastball will range anywhere from 88 to 91. Very good curveball, splitter, and changeup. The 1-1 to Murphy Hit hard to the right side, backhanded by the first baseman Santana. He'll go to the bag by himself in time. 3 unassisted. One man down for Jason Aspito. The Lancaster JetHawks out of the Arizona Diamondback chain. Boy, hasn't some talent come through this club in the last couple of years. They look now into the big leagues. They have the oldest team on paper in the major leagues. Starting to get a little bit younger. Guys like Lyle Overbay have already made their way up. Big-time prospect at the first base position. Pitch to Aspito is line foul off to the left. The ball's down, 1 strike. Manager Bob Brenly, who won a world championship just a couple of years ago now, is probably going to see his team completely overhauled within the next year or 2. This ball hit on the ground slowly to third, scooped up by Dan Ugla. Throw to first is in time. 2 men up, 2 men retired by Lance Cormier, and here comes Casey Kochman. Last year, this team is loaded with talent as pretty much any in the league. Jesus Cota, a converted first baseman into an outfielder, is maybe the best hitter overall from the left side the Diamondbacks have in their farm system. We saw Jerry Hairston Jr. playing second base. I beg your pardon, Scott Hairston. Jerry Hairston Jr. already in the big leagues, one of the sons of Jerry Hairston Sr. And there are many more talented players to come. Pitch to Kochman, strike over the outside corner. I mentioned the name Lyle Overbay because he plays first. That is the reason that Jesus Cota had to move from first into left field, and right now Cota at Double-A El Paso. Breaking ball misses in, 1-1 to Casey Kochman. Brian Barden, who came here last year, towards the end of the season, he played third base, hit the heck out of the ball. He is in Double-A and is batting around 400 right now. The 1-1 to Koch. Breaking ball misses low, 2-1. Because Barden came up, Corey Myers was converted from a third baseman to a first baseman, and he was the number 1 pick 2 years ago. This goes to show they are really stockpiling talent in this system. The 2-1 is lined into center field for a base hit. So Casey Kochman is aboard with 2 men down, and here comes Jeff Mathis. A crowd tonight of probably, by the looks of things right now, 200, maybe even a little bit less, 150. It is so bitterly cold outside, maybe not to the people who live up here because they're used to it, but to us folks who came from even further down south in California, the temperature when we left today was in the upper 60s. Got here and it was in the upper 50s. It has since fallen into the 40s. Pitch to Mathis, taken for a strike, 0-1. The team doesn't draw a lot anyway. The JetHawks are averaging 1,856 on the year. As compared to the Quakes, who are number 1 in the league at 4,079 per game. Soft throw over to first base as Mathis goes back sliding. Rancho Cucamonga trying to lead the league in attendance for the 11th time in a row. Then during the league back in 1993. The 0-1 to Matty. Fastball missing downstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. A ground out by Murphy, a ground out by Aspito, a soft single to center field for Casey Kochman. And that is where we stand, just underway from Lancaster Municipal Stadium. They call it the hangar. The 1-1. Change misses up and in, 2-1. This is the same exact stadium, for the most part anyway, than the one we were at yesterday in San Bernardino. Same architects built this one. The only change is that the clubhouses, instead of being underneath the stands, are down the outfield lines. Another throw to first. The reason for that is that they were in such a rush to complete this stadium that the owners didn't want to wait. So they couldn't put the clubhouses underneath. They had to build them down the left field and right field lines. The only real inconvenience here is that and the wind, as Cormier will step off the rubber. The wind will always be a problem. Coming across the desert, blows out from left to right, and usually at a rather strong rate. The 2-1 is a fastball that misses inside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Mathis. Cormier is a guy that doesn't usually fall behind in counts. I mentioned he only has 1 walk this year against 13 strikeouts. His last start came on the 16th against Inland Empire. Gave up a pair of runs in 6 1/3 innings. 3-1 pitch is fouled back. On the 10, Cormier would face Lake Elsinore. Give up 1 run in 6 2/3 and win. Only victory on the year. And his loss came on the 5th against Inland Empire. Gave up 1 unearned run in 5 total innings. And was very much the tough luck loser that day. Kotzman away from first. He'll be going. There he goes. The 3-2 hit in the air foul off to the right. And this ball will look back towards the right field clubhouse. The JetHawks do have their batting cages out there as well. A grass hill down either side will normally be packed, especially for firework games during the middle of the season. The weather here very much like the typical desert. Freezing cold in the winter and then awfully hot in the summer. There goes Kotzman, the 3-2, misses in ball 4. So all this offense is coming with 2 outs. A single for Kotzman, a walk to Mathis. First is in second, and here comes the designated hitter, Mike Howard. Lance Cormier made only 1 appearance last year with the Yakima Bears in the Northwest League prior to getting married, going on his honeymoon for 3 weeks, and then reporting to South Bend in the Midwest League. With Yakima, a 1 start, gave up 4 hits and 4 runs in 1 inning. Pitch to Isleworth, a right-handed batter, with a call strike. For South Bend, Cormier was 3-0. The ERA went down to 2.93. Made 11 appearances, but only 3 starts. Gave up 9 runs in 27 and 2/3 innings. The 0-1, fastball for a call strike over the outside corner. 0-2 to Isleworth. Cormier won his first game as a starter last year against Cedar Rapids. So these guys know him well. The 0-2, foul back. That came on August the 13th. His first professional win was on July the 31st against Lansing. Began the year out of the bullpen and eventually proved that he is worth a starting shot. And has proven well again this year. The 0-2, fastball missing downstairs, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mike Howard. This may be the best pitching matchup that we have seen all season long on paper, probably in the league. The league's number 1 and 3 rated pitchers, Torres and Cormier. The 1-2 to Isleworth is a breaking ball and the miss is low. Good stop in the dirt by the catcher, Chris Snyder. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The JetHawks, once again prospect-laden this year. Chris Snyder doing the catching, may be the best catching prospect in the organization. He's hitting a mere .327 right now. In right field, Josh Kroger starting to pick it up with the bat. The 2-2 to Isleworth, line drive to the right field line, a long run for Kroger, and he gets there. Oh, what a great catch just above the shoe top by Josh Kroger, saving a pair of runs. Fly out, 9. So the Quakes threatened, but they failed to score after 1/2 inning of play from Lancaster. The Quakes nothing, and here come the JetHawks on the KWRN Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Hi, I'm riding along today with a team practicing for the 2003 Dragon Boat Festival in Laughlin, Nevada. There's 20 people rowing in each dragon-painted boat, so let's get some questions answered. Excuse me, how long have you been racing?
For 3 years.
Oh, and tell me...
I'm kind of busy right now.
Sure you are. Is this as fast as you can row?
Yeah, it's a matter of pace.
Sure it is. Anyway, this year's event will be May 9th and 10th. It's fun to compete or watch because there's so much more than just racing. Spectators can hang out on the shores of the Colorado River, enjoying music, food, and a drumming contest. And you don't want to miss the free concert featuring 10,000 maniacs during the closing ceremonies. Hey, the proceeds will benefit the Children's Miracle Network. Guys, I'm not slowing you down, am I? Whoa, whoa! So, for more information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to LaughlinDragonBoats.com. Hey, guys, come on!
Titan fans and Pastimes Collectibles know baseball is a year-round event. Located inside Villa del Sol in downtown Fullerton, Pastimes offers the finest in authenticated sports memorabilia for over a decade. They have every item for every fan, for every budget. From Ruth and Cobb to Tiger, Jordan, Ali, Montana, and Shaq. You'll find it at Pastimes Collectibles. Where do pros like Nomar Garcia Parashak,
When they want collectible jersey, equipment, and artwork, Mass Times Collectibles. Call 714-870-8013. That's 714-870-8013.
New grass on the field.
Home half of the first inning from the hangar in Lancaster, no score. Here is the starting lineup for the Lancaster JetHawks, brought to you by Red Roof Inn. Red knows the road. Marlon Williams will lead things off. He has a ton of speed, so the Quakes will likely try to keep him off base all series long. Dan Ugla will hit second. Sergio Santos in the number 3 spot. Chris Snyder bats cleanup. Then it's the DH Kyle Nichols. Jay Garthwaite will bat 6. Josh Kroger 7. Eovanex Santana will bat 8. And Danny Restar will bat 9. They'll be up against left-hander Joe Torres, 6'2", 180 pounds, out of Kissimmee, Florida. First-round draft choice by the Angels, 10th overall back in the year 2000. Defensively for Rancho, Gorneau in left, Kimpton in center, Aspito in right, Casey Smith at third, Tommy Murphy at short, Justin Turner at second, Casey Kochman at first, and Mathis doing the catching for Joe Torres. The southpaw goes into the line for his first pitch of the ball game. And it's a fastball hit on the ground right back to Torres. Scoops it up, soft underhand toss to first in time. That's 1-3 on the ground out. One man down, and here comes Dan Ugla. It will be so important for the Quakes to keep Marlon Williams off the base paths. They do so very successfully here right away. Joe Torres with 3 appearances this year, 2 as a starter, 2-0, an ERA of 0.63. 14 1/3 innings, 14 hits allowed, 2 runs only, 1 earned. He has struck out 6 and walked 4. Dan Ugla, a right-handed batter, 5'11", 195 pounds, from Louisville, Kentucky. Everybody wearing the batting gloves, of course, tonight. Fastball misses outside, 1-0. Joe Torres' fastball, 85 to 89. It used to be in the low to mid-90s when he was first coming out of high school. But arm troubles and certainly earlier in his career, maybe a bit of an out-of-shape issue has lessened the fastball a bit. This ball's found back into the catcher's mitt of Jeff Mathis. So the count, 1-1 strike to Ugla with Sergio Santos still to come. Torres has some of the better breaking pitches in the league, curveball and slider. And he also will feature a change. The 1-1. Strike down the inside corner, 1-2. Torres has most certainly been hitting his spots to this point in the year. Really loves working with Mathis and Napoli, 2 catchers whom he worked with all of last year at Cedar Rapids. Torres sees the one that he wants. Into the line. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a slider. First strikeout for Torres. 2 men up, 2 men down, and Sergio Santos. Torres 3 starts, or rather 3 appearances, 1 in relief. The 16th against High Desert was a relief stint 5 days ago. Aaron Steele started that day, went the first 4. Torres would finish up 5 strong innings to get the win. Sergio Santos bats from the right side, and a fastball catches the outside corner, 0-1. His 2 starts, on the 10th against Inland Empire and the 4th against Bakersfield. Remember that ball game on the 4th was postponed after 3 innings. 3 shutout innings for Torres. The 0-1 is a breaking ball that misses downstairs. 1-1 strike. He went 6 1/3 against Inland Empire in the 10th. Did not give up a run on 5 hits. And was victorious again that afternoon. The 1-1 pitch to Santos. Foul back. Ball and 2 strikes. With it being as cold as it is outside, the umpires will allow both pitchers to breathe into their hands, try to get some of that moisture in there, create a better grip on the baseball. You figure it's a better day for the hitters. The reason I say that is because of the wind. The 1-2 pitch, fastball just missed. Try the inside corner, 2-2. Typically, when it is cold, it will shock the hands a bit if you don't hit the ball off the barrel of the bat. Either way, if you do make solid contact, you're not going to feel it. Doesn't matter about the temperature. 2-2 delivery. Curveball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Down goes Sergio Santos and the JetHawks. 1-2-3 in the first. We move to the second. It's 0-0. Quakes to Lancaster on the KWRN Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Vineyard Bank is located in a special town with a rich heritage. The historic Route 66 highway and the old vineyards may be reminders of a generation past, but the game of baseball is still very much a vibrant part of hometown America today. As your local bank,
we're proud to be a part of this thriving community, and we see it as our obligation to help families and businesses realize their dreams. Whether you're buying a new home or expanding your business, we want you to think of us first. Creativity, ingenuity, and flexibility are words that we live by. It reflects our style of banking and our commitment to our customers and the community at large. Whatever your perception of Vineyard Bank, we invite you to take a closer look. As your hometown bank, we welcome the opportunity to serve you. Call Vineyard Bank at 1-800-442-4996 and check us out.
Hi, this is voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, Rob Brender. I enjoy my job and all, but sometimes I even need to get away. Let me tell you about a little place called Laughlin, Nevada. You don't need a major league salary to enjoy it. It's got great hotels, lively entertainment, and exciting Colorado River action for a reasonable price. You trust me to bring you great sports coverage, so trust me that this is a great spot to visit. For more information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or click on visitlaughlin.com. Laughlin, Nevada. Play the way you like it.
We go to the second inning, no score between the Quakes and the Lancaster JetHawks. Nick Gordo, Justin Turner, and Casey Smith. Batters 6, 7, and 8. And the Rancho Cucamonga lineup against right-hander Lance Cormier. The Quakes would pick up a pair of two-out base runners in their half of the first, but failed to score thanks to a great catch by Josh Kroger. On the other side, Torres gets them 1-2-3. Fastball for a strike over the inside corner to Nick Gordo. Nothing him on. So Cormier has already walked the batter here tonight for only the second time on the year. Fastball just missed outside, 1-1. You go back to last year, in 27 and 2/3 innings in South Bend, he had 17 strikeouts and 2 walks. So this is not an escape from reality for him. Fastball catches the outside corner, 1-2. And Yakima, 3 strikeouts, no walks in 1 inning. So this is a guy that hits his spot. No free passes to go around. The 1-2 stays upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It appears as though Cormier is throwing relatively hard this evening. Probably catching the low 90s. They don't have a radar gun here at the ballpark at all. The 2-2 hit on the ground foul of third and hopping over the railing into the Quakes dugout. There are space shuttles to either side of the scoreboard in left center field. They have a dot matrix board up there that gives the logo and sometimes picture, number, and name of the player who's up. The 2-2 fouled off. In right field, they have one of the old-time looking scoreboards. It's actually somebody standing behind there, just like they do at a ballpark like Fenway or Wrigley, and they stick up the numbers after every half inning. Sometimes a little bit slow, unless they've improved from last year. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Breaking ball away, and Gordo tried to hold up but couldn't do it. First strikeout of the evening for Cormier. Out number 1 here in the second, and here comes Justin Turner. You can hit the ball out of the ballpark to any spot here at Lancaster Municipal Stadium. They did build the fences far enough away that at least it makes it a bit of a challenge. 410 feet to dead center, 350 down the line. Pitch to Turner, misses outside. The Route 14 freeway is just beyond the outfield wall and right. If you get a hold of one and you're a left-handed batter, you would have a chance at catching up to the on-ramp as this ball is fouled back 1-1. The on-ramp has been hit a number of times. To my understanding, never by a right-handed batter. That would be a shot the other way. The alleyways are 385 feet. It's a very symmetrical ballpark. The 1-1 to Turner. Breaking ball over the outside corner, 1-2. The lights are of course on. The sun has now set. Temperature continues to drop. A few more fans have filed into the ballpark this evening, but still, they're not going to have anywhere near 1,000. The 1-2 to Turner, swing and a miss. Another three-quarter cut on a fastball around his ankle. 3 in a row sent down by Lance Cormier, and here comes Casey Smith, the 8th place batter. It's amazing that with 10 of the first 14 games for the JetHawks having been played either here or in high desert, two ballparks that are conducive to a lot of runs, that their pitching staff maintains the best overall ERA in the league at 3.84. And Cormier is helping that mark at 1.5. Fastball strike over the outside corner to Casey. 0-1. The Quakes come into this ball game 5th in the league in ERA out of 10 clubs, 4.17. The 0-1 is a breaking ball and misses upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. The JetHawks are also scoring a lot of runs. Their team batting average 278. 1-1 pitch to Casey is a breaking ball and misses high. 2-1. I mentioned that the pitchers will try to get a better grip on their fastballs by blowing into their hands. You can see here that Cormier blows into it, then wipes it on his pant leg every single time, trying to develop some kind of a routine out there. The 2-1. This is outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Cormier is showing problems gripping the breaking ball early. Of course, that would be the more difficult pitch to grip because of the cold weather. Having no problems with the fastball. The 3-1. Chopped on the ground slowly towards third, charging the field, and Dan Uggle will have to hurry, and the throw is just in time to tip Casey Smith. Great play. 5-3 on the ground out, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for Lance Cormier. After 1.5 innings of play, no score on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
The Mossy Plaza on Foothill Boulevard in Rancho Cucamonga is home to some of the finest cuisine in the Inland Empire. Come enjoy a taste of Japan like you never have experienced before at Wabi Sabi, offering a full sushi bar and hibachi grill. Go south of the border and enjoy the best Mexican food in town at Felipe's Tanqueria. Feel like you're floating down a river in Venice as you bite into a pizza at Bellissimo Pizza and Restaurant, the new home for the Quakes radio postgame show after every Wednesday home game. Sit back and watch that night's big games as you drink microbrewed beer and try one of the best burgers in Rancho at Compass Creek. There is nothing like good barbecue, and Woody's makes it happen. And if you're looking for that late-night meal, stop by Denny's for everything from breakfast to dinner and at any time of the day. All of this can be found at the Mossy Plaza, the place to dine in Rancho Cucamonga on Foothill Boulevard, located right next to the epicenter.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
No score as we go to the home half of the second inning. Chris Snyder, Kyle Nichols, and Jay Garthwaite, batters 4, 5, and 6 in the Lancaster lineup against left-hander Joe Torres. Torres got a ground out 1-3 from Williams, then struck out Ugla and Santos in the first. For the Quakes and the JetHawks remain scoreless. Rancho has the only hit thus far in the ballgame. What a fantastic picture that was in the Daily Bulletin newspaper today, the Inland Valley Daily Bulletin. I'm sure made many newspapers around the country. The picture I'm speaking about is the one where Sammy Sosa was hit in the batting helmet by a fastball yesterday. Solomon Torres of the Pirates shattering that helmet into 4 or 5 different pieces. Sosa, who hit his 504th home run just before that had occurred, was whacked with a fastball. And this fastball from Torres misses up high to Chris Snyder. Snyder, a right-handed batter. On the year, he is hitting .327. Another guy who spent a little bit of time in Lancaster last year. The 1-0 is fouled straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike. That is a scary incident for any Major League Baseball player. If you're going to come in, better keep it below the shoulders. And Torres didn't do that. He nearly injured potentially could kill a guy like Sosa with a pitch like that. Fastball misses outside, 2-1. And I'm not really underestimating it in any way, obviously, the power behind that kind of a fastball. You come up and in like that, and you shatter a helmet. Obviously, Torres throws hard anyway. The 2-1, strike over the inside corner to Snyder. 2-2. Especially when it's a guy who's one of the game's great players. And a certain Hall of Famer in Sosa. Wonder if that will slow him down at all. The 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground back towards Torres, but underneath his glove and into center field for a base hit. First hit of the ball game for Lancaster. And for Chris Snyder, the average up above 330. Here comes the DH Kyle Nichols. That was a ball that Joe Torres probably should have fielded. Couldn't quite get down enough to get the glove on it. Gets the ball back and smacks it into the webbing in the mid. Certainly disappointed in himself. Kyle Nichols presents many problems because of his power. 4 home runs, tied for the club lead in that category. He has 11 runs batted in to go along with it. Big, strong right-handed batter. The pitch to him, fastball strike over the outside corner, 0-1. Nichols, 6'2", 225 pounds. Free agent signing by the Diamondbacks back in 2001. Began his collegiate career at Alabama Huntsville, then transferred to Erskine College, which is in South Carolina. Torres looks at first base, the 0-1, breaking ball foul back, 0-2. Nichols currently resides in Panama City, Florida. Many Florida natives on the Lancaster team, the same way that there are many Florida guys who are on the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes squad this year. Just goes to show where much of the high school and collegiate talent is coming from. To the set. The 0-2 delivery. Fastball hit towards the alleyway in right center. Long run for the second baseman Turner and the right fielder Aspino, and nobody's able to catch up with it. Lands for a blue pit. So Kyle Nichols singles to right center. Chris Snyder will stop at second base. And here comes Jay Garthwaite. A fastball that he hit off the end of the bat. So after not collecting a hit at all in the first, back-to-back singles to open up the second. A serious threat against Joe Torres and the Quakes. Here comes Jay Garthwaite. The Quakes were finally able to muster an early lead yesterday and eventually won the ball game against Inland Empire. They had trailed early in all 3 of the previous games in San Bernardino. And the fastball misses up and away to Garthwaite. There's only one left-handed batter in the lineup tonight, and that is Josh Kroger, who waits on deck. For the JetHawks, stockpiling the righties in there against the southpaw Torres. And for good reason. Torres comes set. The Quakes play behind the runner at first. The 1-0 misses way up high. 2 balls and no strikes. The Lancaster manager this year is Mike Aldretti. Aldretti is a brand new manager with this squad and a former major leaguer. As Torres sees the one that he likes, checks the runner. The 2-0 is fouled back. 2 balls, 1 strike now to count. Aldretti last managed the Yakima Bears in 2002. They had a 23-53 mark, yet he got the call up. Had a 10-year playing career. San Francisco, Montreal, San Diego, Cleveland, Oakland, California, and the Yankees. Talk about getting around. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Good slider. 2-2. His pitching coach, another famous name, Mel Stottlemyre Jr. His brother Todd with the Diamondbacks. His father Mel, the Yankees pitching coach. Jr. was the pitching coach last year for Aldretti in Yakima. 2-2 delivery. Breaking ball cracked to left field. Back goes Nick Gorneau. He's at the warning track at the wall. This ball is out of here. Three-run home run, Jay Garthwaite. And the JetHawks scored the first 3 runs of the ball game. For Garthwaite, home run number 5 on the year. 3 RBI now give him 11 of those. And for Joe Torres, the first home run that he has surrendered this season. A fastball that was low and in, and Garthwaite solved it out over the wall in left field. That ball was really crushed. Here comes Josh Kroger. If you're Torres, you're thinking, boy, can I get it in a better location anyway? Pitch to Kroger. Fastball catches the outside corner, 0-1. Jay Garthwaite had 3 home runs last year, split between Yakima and South Bend. And he already has 5 of them now here in 2003. Strike to the knees to Josh Kroger, 0-2. The Quakes now, as a pitching staff, have surrendered 10 home runs. And that's near the best mark in the league. The 0-2, grounded foul at first. As far as the other pitching staffs go, the 10 home runs places Rancho Cucamonga into its tie for 3rd best in the league. The Visalia pitchers have only given up 4 and San Jose 6. The only 2 teams that have left. Fastball is tapped off the plate, past the pitcher Torres, backed up by Turner. The throw, got him. Good play by Justin Turner. The ground out goes 4-3. 1 man down for Neobanek Santana.
First baseman, number 15,
Joe Torres starts off this second inning in a very unfamiliar way, giving up 3 consecutive hits, including the 3-run home run. But with this being only the home half of the second inning, keep in mind that there will be a lot of runs scored tonight if guys can hit the ball in the air. Fastball strike over the inside corner to Santana. Nyobanek, originally a White Sox free agent signing back in 1999 out of Santo Domingo, was then released and signed by the Diamondbacks last year. Fastball just missed, 1-1. Nyobanek was an honorable mention All-Star back in 2002 when he played for Missoula. That's out of the Pioneer League, Missoula, Montana. What a beautiful town, by the way, if you haven't had a chance to get up to Missoula. The University of Montana is located in that fine town. Gorgeous river runs right through the center of things. And they've got a brand new ballpark up there. Breaking ball misses downstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike to Santana. That is certainly one of the nicer stadiums, and for that matter, one of the nicer cities to play in the Pioneer League. The Angels affiliate in that league is Provo. Another nice place. The 2-1 is lined towards center field. This is going to be a base hit. Nyobanek Santana collects his first hit of the night. And here comes Danny Richard. The rest of the Pioneer League with some cities that a lot of guys would like to forget us for. No longer in the league, Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. Used to be a Blue Jay affiliate. They have since moved back to Helen. And really, you have to feel good for everybody else in that league that they don't have to go back to Medicine Hat. What a horrible place that was to go. Danny Richard's a switch hitter. He's going to turn around and bat left. Kind of strange. And takes the fastball for a call strike over the outside corner. Listed as a switch hitter, not only in the media guide, but also on the roster. Yet batting left against the southpaw Joe Torres. Richard, 5'11", 165, another Dominican. He's from La Ramona. And he grounds this one towards the hole, base hit into right field. Rounding second, taking a wide turn, pausing, and now going for third, Santana. The throw, he is out at third. The throw back into second, not in time. So Santana paused after he came around second, and a strong arm from Jason Aspito guns him down. 9-5. Richard is credited with a single, and then he takes second on the throw. 2 men down and back to the top of the order for Marlon Williams. What a great throw that was from Jason Aspito. He really has a rifle in right field. And catcher Jeff Mathis will go to the mound and try to settle down Joe Torres. Torres has surrendered all 5 of the Lancaster hits here in the second inning. If you're just joining us, it's 3-0 JetHawks. A 3-run home run from Jay Garthwaite after Snyder and Nichols singled to open up the frame. The runner at second is Richard, and Marlon Williams, who is 0 for 1, will dig back in. Marlon, a tiny guy, 5'8", 175. Another Florida native. He is from Gainesville, the home of the University of Florida Gators. Fastball misses downstairs, 1-0. Marlon Williams went to Madison North Florida Community College. 36th round draft choice from 2001. Played for Yakima last year and led their team in steals and triples. The 1-0 is lined into right center field for a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Richard. The throw will go into second base. It's 4-0 Lancaster. For Marlon Williams, run batted in number 3 on the year. And with the 4 runs that Torres has allowed now here in the second inning, that doubles his season total for runs allowed. He had 2 coming into the game, but only 1 of them even earned. And here in the second, all 4 runs are earned. Here is Dan Ugla, the 8th man to bat in the frame. The Quakes have run into problems like this in 3 out of the last 4 games. The opponents having big early innings, really blowing out Rancho. Throw goes over to first base. It looked as though Williams was leaning towards second, but Torres didn't give him his best move over there, so he's back safely. Marlon Williams leading the Northwest League in steals last year. He had 51 of them. He only caught 7 times. That was tied for first in the Diamondback chain. Short lead at first, and Torres will once again throw over. Marlon Williams certainly can fly, but he's also a strong guy. He plays third at the 2000 Florida High School weightlifting competition. He was in the 169-pound bracket. So here's a guy who's just a tremendous athlete. Both feet are beyond the cutoff at first base, and Torres will once again gun a ball over. And now Joe has Marlon Williams in the back of his mind. And you hope he doesn't forget about Dan Ugla at the plate. Ugla, one of the back-to-back strikeout victims for Torres in the first. Now been struck out 16 times on the year to lead the JetHawks club. Pitch to him. Fastball missing low and in, 1-0. Some scores to report from around the California League tonight. The Stockton Lords with a 4-0 advantage, playing at home against Inland Empire this evening. Of course, that helps both of these teams. The pitch, hit in the air to deep center field. Back racing is Nick Kimpton to the warning track, and this ball's over his head up against the wall. Marlon Williams will score easily from first base on a stand-up double for Dan Ugla. It's 5-0. That was a fastball that was belt high over the middle of the plate. Ugla didn't miss it. For Ugla, double number 4 on the year, run batted in number 8. And this is a rout here in the second inning. 5-0. And pitching coach Zeke Zimmerman will call time and head to the mound. Sergio Santos is scheduled to bat. The inning starts with a single by Snyder, followed up by a single for Nichols. Then a 3-run home run to left field for Jay Garthwaite. Ground out by Kroger. That was nobody on and 1 out. And Santana single. Richard single. Santana was thrown out trying to head to third on that one for Richard. So 2 men down, a runner was at second base. But then Marlon Williams singles home Richard, and now Dan Ugla doubles home Marlon Williams. And hitting the mound is now complete as Zeke Zimmerman will jog back to the third base dugout. They're in the bottom half of the third inning. Visalia has a 1-0 lead at home against High Desert. Understand that ball game is actually the Stockton-Visalia game. They've reversed their scores and schedule here. Fastball strike over the outside corner to Sergio Santos. So it's actually no score in the third inning between Inland Empire and High Desert. 4-1 Stockton on top of Visalia as they go to the bottom half of the second. And I understand that rain is coming down in Visalia. Line drive to left center field, a long run for Gourneau. He can't get there. It lands over his head and will roll to the wall. Another run is in. Stopping at second base with a stand-up RBI double is Sergio Santos. 6-0. And the hit parade continues for the JetHawks. Here comes Chris Snyder. For Sergio Santos, double number 3 on the year, run batted in number 11. And the Quakes are in danger right here of losing any chance to come back and at least tie or win tonight's game. They already trail at 6-0. Chris Snyder led off the inning with a single and scored on the 3-run home run from Jay Garthwaite. The 10th man to bat in the inning. The pitch. Breaking ball finds the outside corner, 0-1. Torres, who was spotting the ball very well in the first inning, is doing anything but here in the second. Many of those fastballs that he's throwing are dealt high and over the middle of the dish. They're not going to miss that. The 0-1. This is inside. A ball, 1 strike to Chris Snyder. So now Santos at second base. As the wheels are in motion for Rancho Cucamonga heading down to the bullpen. Somebody will get up and begin to warm in a bit of a hurry here. To the set for the 1-1. Curveball just missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. For Rancho Cucamonga, Dustin Griffith is jogging into the pen. It appears as though Mike Napoli and Azarius Corbeil, both backup catchers, are also down there, so somebody else may start to throw as well. Fastball misses low. And now the count at 3 balls and 1 strike to Snyder with Kyle Nichols waiting on deck. This is the most runs that the Quakes have given up in any one inning this year. Runner away from second base with 2 men down, the 3-1. Foul back. Good rip that time for Chris Snyder. And they are feasting on Joe Torres. Torres last year made 25 starts for Cedar Rapids. Gave up 125 hits in 133 innings. It was 11-8, ERA of 3.52. So very good numbers. To the set he goes, 3-2 pitch. Misses downstairs, ball 4. So Chris Snyder is aboard again. Second time he has reached base here in the second inning alone. And here comes Kyle Nichols. After Torres was selected in the first round back in 2000. He would report to Boise in the Northwest League, make 11 appearances, 10 of them as a starter. Went 4-1, ERA just below 3. He would then get a call to Cedar Rapids, finish the year with the Colonels, going 0-3 in 4 starts. And the earned run average skyrocketed to almost 6. In 2001, began the year with Provo. Then went to Cedar Rapids last year, and here to Rancho Cucamonga in 2003. Runners at first and second for Kyle Nichols, who singled to follow up the single from Snyder here in the second. And he takes the strike, 0-1. The man who got all the offense started for Lancaster, Jake Garthwaite, stands on deck. Torres trying to work at a bit of a faster pace. The 0-1. Fastball misses away. The catcher Mathis pops up out of the crouch, but doesn't make a throw. The Quakes are not holding Snyder on at first, nor should they. The infield is back, just trying to get that final out here in the third inning. I beg your pardon, the second inning. But that third out has been very difficult to come by thus far. The 1-1. Popped him up. Very shallow right field near the line. Out goes Turner. In comes Aspito. And Jason Aspito almost overruns it, but he makes the catch. That finally retires the side. But not before all the damage that was done. And boy, it was ugly. A total of 11 batters come to the plate here in the second inning alone for Lancaster. They score 6 times. And in the process, collect 8 hits. There were no errors, and they lead 2. Go to the third, 6-0 JetHawks on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Welcome to What's Your Excuse? Working to
just try to stump me with their best excuses. Please welcome Sandy.
Hi.
Sandy says she never eats breakfast, so what's your excuse?
Breakfast is boring.
Oh, but Sandy McDonald's has tons of fresh variety, like the Egg McMuffin, breakfast bagels, even a deluxe breakfast platter with just about everything.
There's no time.
McDonald's is quick and right around the corner.
Cost too much.
Oh, sorry, Sandy. Everyone knows McDonald's is the best value in town, and you're out of time. Come on, everybody!
McDonald's, we love to use Smile. A participating restaurant during purchase orders only.
Giving hope to over 20,000 people in need every year, Hope Through Housing Foundation helps people make lifelong changes in themselves, their families, and their communities. Hope provides the tools and resources people need to make new lives for themselves, after-school programs for youth, career development programs for adults, health and wellness programs for seniors, right where people live, in low-income communities where the need is the greatest. Please join us in making a difference in the life of a child or family, in the life of community. For more information about Hope, please call 888-917-6225, extension 122, or visit us at hopethroughhousing.org. Hope, enriching lives and empowering communities.
Sports Ticker out of Boston, who is the service that supplies us with all of our statistics, released the Player of the Week today. That's the pitcher and batter of the week around the California League. The batter of the week was High Desert's Kate Johnson, who hit .462 over the 7-game span with 2 home runs and 8 runs batted in. At the plate, 12 for 26. The pitcher of the week was Rancho Cucamonga's Irvin Santana. First pitch of the top half of the third is hit on the ground to shortstop. It's fielded to throw to first in time. So Nick Kimpton is retired. That's 5 in a row set down by Lance Cormier. And back to the top of the order for Tommy Murphy. Irvin Santana and his 2 starts over the last 7 days would go 1-0, ERA of .68, 13 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 14 strikeouts, and 2 walks. So congratulations to Irvin Santana. He is the first Rancho Cucamonga Quake to acquire the honors of batter or pitcher of the week here in 2003, and boy, isn't he ever deserving of it. Here's Tommy Murphy, switch hitter batting left, and takes the fastball for a call strike, 0-1. Lance Cormier, the guy who's on the mound right now for Lancaster, was the pitcher of the week last week. And he also very deserving of those honors. The 0-1 misses upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike to Murphy. It is 6-0 Lancaster. All 6 of their runs, all 8 of their hits coming in the second inning. Into the line goes Cormier for the 1-1. Hit on the ground towards the third base side. Over to get this one, Dan Ugla. The throw to first is low, but scooped out nicely by Santana. Well played all around, 5-3 on the ground out. 2 men down, and here comes Jason Aspito. Aspito grounded out 5-3 in the first, so he's 0 for 1 today, and so far 4 out of 13 on the road trip. Aspito's average at .285 on the year. Riding high on a 5-game hitting streak. That ties the longest hitting streak for any Quakes batter this season. But the strikeouts continue to mount. And he swings right through a slider here, 0-1. Aspito with 15 punch-outs this season. That's tops on the club. He struck out in 10 of 12 games played and has 5 multi-strikeout performances as well. Takes a curveball down low, 1-1. Jason has been hitting the ball rather solidly when he's making contact, hence the 5-game hitting streak. Also has 2 runs batted in. That's on this current road trip, and 6 of them for the year. The 1-1, line drive, base hit into right field over a leaping second baseman, Danny Richard. Second Quakes hit, and here comes Casey Kochman. First time the Quakes have made any solid contact against Lance Cormier. So that's a 6-game hit streak for Jason Aspito. And here is Kochman for his second at bat. Casey with a soft single to center field in the first. The Quakes would get runners at first and second in that inning as Mathis would walk to follow Casey Kochman. But Mike Ioward would fly out down the right field line. A great catch by Josh Kroger. And that has really set the tone in the ballgame. The pitch to Kochman is crushed to right field, but this ball's not going to have the distance. Coming in now with Josh Kroger. He dives and can't make the catch. Totally misplayed it. The third goes Jason Aspito. It looked as though that ball was hit much harder than it actually was. Kroger went back, then came in. And by the time he dove for the baseball, he had no chance. So now the Quakes have runners at the corners with 2 out. And here comes Jeff Mathis. Now Kroger makes a fantastic play, 2 innings ago defensively, but gets burned a bit here. That's just one of those plays where you think he hit it much harder than he actually did, and Kochman's one of those guys that with his hard swing can fool you more often than not. Ball must have been off the handle. Certainly wasn't off the end of the bat. Here's Jeff Mathis. Mathis hitting .264. The pitch. Hit on the ground back towards the middle. Base hit into center field. Coming home to score from third is Jason Aspito. It's now 6-1. For Jeff Mathis, run batted in number 10 on the year to tie Casey Kochman for the club lead. Kochman stops at second base right here. First and second with 2 out for Mike Howard. Jeff Mathis, who broke an 0-for-12 streak at the plate with a single last night. Able to pick up his second hit on the current road trip right here and drive in the Quakes' first run. So 1 in, 2 aboard. And Mike Howard, who is 0-for-1, digs in. Howard's average right around 100 on the year. Fastball strike over the outside corner. Nick Gorneau would be next. Howard is just 2 for his last 22 at the plate. His last run batted in prior to yesterday was all the way back on the 12th. The 0-1. Breaking ball is popped up. Very shallow center field. A late break for Marlon Williams, but he has the recovery speed and is able to make the catch. That retires the side. The Quakes, however, are on the board, getting 3 consecutive 2-out hits from Aspito, Kochman, and then the RBI single from Jeff Mathis. After 2.5 innings of play from Lancaster, it's the JetHawks 6 and the Quakes 1. On the KWRN Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Fellow success seekers, today's message is a simple one. If you want to maximize your dreams and realize the full potential of your life, I am here to tell you that there is just one thing you have to do. Think like a can. Because a can be anything. It just has to be recycled. And once it is, a can possesses that one thing you desire, infinite promise. Just think of all the things a can be. A picnic table, a window frame, or playground equipment. It can be that many things and more, and so can you. Because, my friends, to think like a can is to think I can. All you have to do is wake up every morning, stand before the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, you can.
Recycle. It's good for the bottle. It's good for the can. Brought to you by the California Department of Conservation.
Stadium Tavern in historic downtown Fullerton is a proud sponsor of Titan Sports. Located in Villa del Sol off Wilshire and Harbor, enjoy Stadium's happy hour from 4 to 7 days a week. Try our classic burgers, or the elegance of chicken risotto, or our signature seafood. Stadium Tavern caters any party, big or small, and is the host venue for Titan Talk with George Horton. Stadium Tavern in downtown Fullerton. Call 714-447-4200. That's 714-447-4200.
Six to 1 Lancaster as we move to the home half of the third inning from the hangar in Lancaster, California. I am Ron Brenner. For Lancaster, Jay Garthwaite, Josh Kroger, and then Mayo Benex Santana. Jets left-hander Joseph Torres. The Quakes still with action going in their bullpen. It is Dustin Griffith, who is once again warming. Griffith was up at one point in the home half of the second, and he gets up right here before the third inning starts, just in case Torres struggles again. Jay Garthwaite with a 3-run homer his last time. And he looks at a fastball and misses outside 1-0. For the parent club of these Lancaster JetHawks, the Arizona Diamondbacks, they place Starter Randy Johnson on the DL today. It's the 15-day disabled list, of course, as the fastball misses outside, 2-0 to Garthwaite. Johnson has been suffering from a sprained right knee, and swelling in that knee has caused him to already miss one start. He'll miss probably 2 more. The 2-0 pitch hit on the ground slowly towards first base. To his right goes Casey Kochman. He puts the Torres on the bag in time. 3-1. And here comes Josh Kroger. Johnson has been experiencing all that inflammation and swelling in the right hip since his last start, which was back on April the 11th. He was initially scheduled to return last Wednesday, but it won't happen. Bob Brentley saying we'd rather have him healthy than not have him at all. Of course, the Diamondbacks already without Kurt Schilling for at least one more start because he had the appendicitis taken care of yesterday. Swung on and foul tip straight back by Josh Kroger, 0-1. They lose Johnson and Schilling for what will really not be an extended period of time, but enough that the Diamondbacks, who are really struggling with an overall record of just 7-12 coming into tomorrow's play, now losing their 2 best pitchers. This ball is flared towards left field. A long run for Gorneau, but he's able to make a great running catch. 2 men down. That was a long run for Nick. Here comes Miles Santana. The Diamondbacks also involved yesterday in an on-field incident. Let's just call it what it is. It was a fight between Tino Martinez and Miguel Bastida. Tino had been hit by a pitch, walked all the way down to first, then heard something. As a breaking ball, the call strikes at Santana, 0-1. He would charge the mound from first base. Batista threw the baseball that he had in his right hand right at Tino's head, missed him. And Tino promptly threw him into left field. Fastball misses low and away, 1-1. The fight not causing any major injuries from what I'm told, but still an ugly incident. You wonder why that continues to happen in the major leagues. Pitch to Santana, swung on and fouled off to the right. At least he would have had some guts if he would have gone out there right away. There's nothing that disgusts most old-time baseball players, even guys that played in the 80s, that when someone gets hit by a pitch, they stand there and they yap. Either that or they give looks and talk all the way down to first. Either go after him or go to first base. The 1-2 is lined foul off to the left. Look out in the Quakes bullpen. 1 ball and 2 strikes still to count to Santana. Really, Bobby Meacham said it best after the Quakes had their hit-by-pitch incident at Inland Empire a few days ago. If you're going to go after the guy, go after him. Otherwise, it makes you look stupid just standing there. No need to talk. If you want to fight him, go fight him. The 1-2, this is inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. By the way, the starter in place of Randy Johnson, when he misses his turn in the rotation, will be right-hander Andrew Good. Folks in this league know Good. He was a Lancaster JetHawks just a pair of years ago. Fastball misses low, 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Andrew Good will make his major league debut. He actually pitched with one of the guys we're going to see in the rotation for Lancaster come Thursday, Doug Slayton. Both here 2 years ago. The 3-2 delivery, hit on the ground towards shortstop. Murphy backhands, long throw from the hole, and then plenty of time. Good play by Tommy, 6-3 on the ground out, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for Joe Torres. So Torres gets signed in order in the first, and again here in the third. However, sandwiched in between was a 6-run explosion. So it's 6-1 Lancaster as we go to the fourth on the KWRF Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Marrakesh red, copper blush, Tuscan clay. These are what the fashionistas in marketing have decided will be the trendy colors this year. And with a Ricoh color laser printer, anyone can afford spectacular, eye-catching color output. And like I've been telling you, it's all about the output. So break out of your pigmentally deprived pack and flash a little chromatic creativity. Call Ricoh. You'll find them in the Tunisian lemon pages. Ricoh.
is Rob Bushka, voice of the Cal State Fullerton Titans. Join baseball coach George Horton and I live on location at the Stadium Tavern in historic downtown Fullerton, Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. for Titan Talk here on 1370 KWRM. It's your chance to ask questions of the coach and the Titan baseball players. You can answer trivia for some great prizes and enjoy food and drink specials as well, like $1 pints. If you can't join us, listen live on KWRM or on the web at titansports.org. Titan Talk with George Horton, Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. on KWRM.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
The batting Nick Dorneau will lead things off for Rancho Cucamonga here in the fourth inning, and he takes a breaking ball low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. 6-1 Lancaster. A run on 4 hits and no errors for Rancho. 6 runs, 8 hits and no errors for the JetHawks. Mr. Cormier, who had been cruising along through 2 innings, finally ran into some 2-out trouble in the third and gave up a run. Fastball misses outside, 2-0. The run came on 3 consecutive singles from Aspito, Kochman, and then Mathis. For Jeff, who was RBI number 10 on the year, tied for the club lead. This ball bounced back up the middle, base hit into center field. So Nick Dorneau has now hit safely in 6 of his last 7 games. And here comes Justin Turner. First time this evening that the Quakes have had the leadoff man aboard. With the New York Yankees winning today again against the Minnesota Twins, that's 13 straight victories for the Yanks over Minnesota. And in the process, victory number 701 for Joe Torre as the manager of the Yankees. Fastball misses up and away to Turner, 1-0. 701 wins, with the 700 coming thanks to Mike Bussina yesterday. And with the victory today and another starter getting a win today, David Wells now 3-0. As the fastball misses outside, 2 balls, no strikes to Turner. That means that the starting rotation for the New York Yankees, 15-0. 15-0. That's unbelievable, and certainly every bit as unprecedented as any record you'll see to start a year. Fastball strike at the knees. 2-1 to Turner. Messina, Pettit, Clemens, David Wells, all undefeated. And incredible that the Yankees can continue to win. The 2-1, swing and a miss. I guess not so incredible due to the fact that they spend more money than anybody else. Their team is not the youngest in the world. Guys like Steele and Ventura are getting up there. Even Bernie Williams is aging a bit. Jason Giambi is in the prime of his career. Throw goes over to first base, as is Jorge Posada. Hideki Matsui, not the youngest guy in the world, but boy, can he ever hit. But no telling when the Yankees plan on losing again. They're now 16-3 on the year. They've won 5 in a row. The 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground towards the pitcher's mound. Jumping in the air to field it. Cormier goes to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. That was a great takeout slide from Nick Dorneau, preventing the double play. The fielder's choice goes 1-6. 1 man down, Turner at first, and to the plate, Casey Smith. And I think we may have an injured player on the field. Sergio Santos, the shortstop, catching that ball and then trying to make the relay throw, may have had his arm raked a bit. It did look as though the ball may have been knocked out in the end. Dorneau doing his job and taking him out. And as I look up, the shoulder of Santos is what the trainer is examining. That's Adam Wire, who is the trainer for the Lancaster JetHawks. Mike Aldrade, the manager, is also out on the field. And Santos is trying to wave the left arm in the air a few times to see if he can get it loosened up. Dorneau going in hard, got the hands up, was able to rake one over the left arm of Santos, as well as maybe even one over the right arm, dislodging the baseball, preventing the double play, but at the same time injuring Mr. Santos. It appears as though he's all right, and the trainer and manager for Lancaster, both satisfied, and they will each walk off the field. Of course, the Diamondbacks organization getting a bit of a scare there. They put $1 million+ into Sergio Santos last year as their number 1 overall pick. But he is good to go here, and with one man down, Casey Smith will come to the plate. The New York Yankees are the team with the most wins right now in all of baseball, with 16 of them. And you got to feel bad for the Boston Red Sox, who have 13 wins and 5 defeats. That was coming into today. And still trail the Yankees by 2 games. We'll get the entire Major League Baseball scoreboard, a very limited one. And we get to the next half inning. Throw goes over to first base, checking up yet again on Justin Turner. A mild threat to run. There were only a few games in the major leagues today, all in the American League, 4 of them to be exact. And just to give you a bit of a sneak preview, I already told you the Yankees won, and the Red Sox lost. Breaking ball misses low, good stomp in the dirt by Chris Snyder. 1 ball, no strikes. If the Quakes are thinking about a steal here from Justin Turner, might want to think better of it because of Chris Snyder behind the plate. He has a cannon of an arm. And last year, threw out 39% of would-be base stealers. There goes Turner. This ball grounded towards third, and no play for Ugla. Overran the ball. Turner with heads-up play goes to third. Oh, great hustle by Justin Turner, who rounded second base and never stopped. That'll be an infield single for Casey Smith. So Turner was running. The hit and run was put on by Rancho. Ugla, the third baseman, charged the baseball, tried to barehand it, went underneath his hand. He overran it, slipped, fell down to the ground, and that allows Turner to get to third. So the Quakes have runners at the corners for Nick Kimpton. I was just saying that Chris Snyder had thrown out 39% of would-be base stealers a year ago, and the Quakes still, knowing that they're down by 5 runs, play it aggressively and send the runner. Nick Kimpton is 0 for 1 as he digs in, left-handed batter. On the year, he's hitting .333. The pitch. Shows bunt, takes the fastball outside, 1-0. That's not a bad idea. Dan Ugla, the third baseman, is all the way back, about halfway on the dirt. At first, Santana holding the runner on, and Cormier is pitching from the stretch. Of course, down by 5 runs, you're not going to play the squeeze here. Take yourself out of a big inning. Throw to first base. But at the same time, trying to lay down a bunt for a hit. Not the worst idea in the world. On deck, Tommy Murphy in the top of the order. Nick Kimpton, a fantastic interview if you listen to the pregame show today from Canberra, Australia. The 1-0. This is outside, 2 balls, no strikes. And time has been called. Pitching coach Mel Stottlemyre Jr. is jogging out to the mound. He is sensing that Lance Cormier is having difficulty finding the strike zone. Really, in tonight's ball game, all put together. He walked 1 in the first inning, which really is a monumental thing because he'd only walked 1 in his previous 18 1/3 innings on the mound. In the second inning, got the side in order. In the third inning, gave up 3 consecutive 2-out hits and a run. And here in the fourth, the Quakes have 3 consecutive men reach base. Runners are now at the corners. 1 man down. Kimpton at the plate with a 2 ball, no strike count, and Tommy Murphy waiting on deck. Now, if you're the Quakes, you're down 6-1, but you've got to take the approach that if they can score 6 runs in 1 inning against us, who knows what we can do against them. The Rancho Cucamonga offense yet to break out on this road trip. They were unbelievable last weekend over the 5-game homestand. But ever since, they have gone cold again. Cormier is 2-0 to Kimpton. There goes Casey Smith. Hit and run on. Ball hit off the plate towards third. Ugla charges, throws. Got him. Oh, only got him by about an inch. Kimpton can't believe it. The run is in. It's now 6-2. So the ground out 5-3. What a great throw by Dan Ugla. Got a lot on it. RBI number 5 on the year for Nick Kimpton. And Casey Smith to second base. So the Quakes once again go with the hit and run, and why not? You know that Cormier, down on the count, 2 balls, no strikes, needs to get one over. Kempton, a very good contact hitter, did put the bat on the ball and almost legged it out. 2 men down for Tommy Murphy. Fastball, clocked foul off to the left and onto the pavilion top down the left field line. 0-1. So Rancho Cucamonga very much right back in this ball game. They trail at 6-2. A runner in scoring position for Tommy Murphy, who has a pair of runs driven in on the year. Well, to make it 3 RBIs right now. Takes a fastball strike over the inside corner. So the Quakes offense trying to come alive. They have 2 runs on 6 hits. Only in the 4th. So very much right in this ball game. Jason Aspito stands on deck. He would follow. The 0-2 swing and a miss. And that retires the side, so Aspito will have to wait until he goes to the 5th. So the Quakes in the 4th, 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. They leave 1. After 3.5 innings of play from the hangar in Lancaster, it's the JetHawks 6 and the Quakes 2 on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
The 3-0 pitch.
Hi, this is Ron Bushka, voice of Cal State Fullerton basketball and baseball. You know, not a day goes by that people don't say, you got a great job, you're a sports broadcaster. How did you get into it? Well, that's easy. BroadcasterTraining.com. Your answer is just a click away. At BroadcasterTraining.com, you'll pay a fraction to get into the business of what you'd pay in one of those broadcasting schools. Plus, you learn from the best in the business. It doesn't matter whether you want to be in sports, talk radio, or even be a DJ. BroadcasterTraining.com is the place to go. With over a 95% placement rate, there is no better choice than BroadcasterTraining.com. Look them up for the lowest rates around on the web. You pick the station to train at in your local area. BroadcasterTraining.com. It'll work for you.
It's lunchtime, and you're up to bat. What are you going to put on their plates now? Syrup sandwiches made with Buttig this season, and you'll set the record for most home runs. Carl Buttig original thin sliced meats are always a hit because they come in 10 tasty varieties, including beef, ham, corned beef, and turkey. Hit a home run. Bring home some Buttig meats today. Buttig, where taste, quality, and value all meet.
The Major League Baseball scoreboard is brought to you by Alpha Graphics. Alpha Graphics, your local printer specializing in design, copy, print, and miracles. Visit Alpha Graphics for all of your print copy projects. You'll be glad you did. Located at Rancho Cucamonga at Archibald and 7. Danny Richard, leading off the home half of the 4th, takes the breaking ball for a call strike from left-hander Joe Torres. This will probably be the final inning for Torres on the mound. The pitch count certainly much higher than normal. And right-hander Dustin Griffith is up again in the bullpen. Fastball is hit hard and fair down the right field line. Danny Richard rounds first. He can really fly. Taking it out of the corner, Aspito. Richard will go for 3. The relay throw is high and backed up by the pitcher, Joe Torres. A sit-down triple for Danny Richard. And that breaks the streak of 4 in a row sent down by Torres. Second triple on the year for Danny Richard. Hit number 9 in the ball game for Lancaster. And here comes Marlon Williams. The relay throw that time from Justin Turner had no chance of connecting with third baseman Casey Smith. Very fortunately, Torres did his job, and he was over there to back up. For the Quakes, who are trying to edge back in this one, trailing at 6-2, are now in danger of giving up another run. Nobody out for Marlon Williams, the leadoff man. The pitch. Hit on the ground, right back to the pitcher's now, but off Torres' glove. Backed up by Murphy. What a play! He throws it out at first. Oh, baby, that's about as good as you'll ever see. The run is in from third. It's now 7-2. Murphy backing up Torres off the deflection. Bare hands the ball out of the air. And throws sidearm to first in time to get Williams. 1-6 3. What a play. Murphy has some of the best hands on the club, and he showed them off right there. You can give Marlon Williams a run batted in, his second of the night and fourth on the year. Here comes Dan Ugla, who is 1 for 2. So now it's 7-2 Lancaster, the lead back up to 5. Pitch to Ugla, breaking ball strike. Torres tried to get down and field that one. It deflected an awfully long distance all the way to deep short where Murphy was standing, and he came in to barehand the baseball and threw on to Speedy Williams. The 0-1, check swing, and Ugla went around. 0-2. All 4 of the Major League Baseball games today were in the American League, and they're all finals now. Toronto wins big in Boston today. 11-6 was the final there. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball misses well, 1-2. 17 hits today for Toronto. They get the victory for Corey Lytle. He is now 3-2. John Burkett took the defeat to fall to 1-1. For Toronto, Myers his second, Berg his second, and Woodward his first. Vernon Wells also his 4th home run. Into the line for the 1-2. Fastball missing low and in, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The New York Yankees defeating Minnesota 15-1. David Wells 3-0, Rick Reed 1-3 with the defeat. Bertie Williams homers for the 5th time, Alfonso Soriano for the 7th. Johnson has a pair of them and now 3 on the year. 2-2 pitch, fouled away. For Minnesota, Moore his 2nd home run in the loss, accounting for the only run. The Cleveland Indians defeat the Chicago White Sox 9-2, playing at Comiskey Park, or I guess what is now called U.S. Cellular Field. How horrible is that? The 2-2 pitch to Ugla, breaking ball misses downstairs and will go all the way to the backstop. And the count is now full. Jamie Westbrook got the victory today for Cleveland. He is now 1-2. Rich Garland, the loss for Chicago, 0-2. Pair of home runs for Ellis Burks. He now has 3 of them. Pair of home runs for Kareem Garcia. He has 5. And Carlos Lee at his 5th in the loss. 3-2 delivery. This is way outside, ball 4. Second walk issued in the ball game by Joe Torres. Runner at first, 1 man down for Sergio Santos, and I believe that will be the end of the day for Joe Torres. Bobby Meacham is on his way to the mound, and he has signaled for the left field pen. That will be it for Joe. We are in the home half of the 4th inning. It's 7-2 Lancaster. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Carl Buddick Tip Slice Deli Meats on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Hey fans, the manager has already picked his lineup. Have you? I'm talking about the All-Star lineup of Carl Buddick. Original thin sliced luncheon meat. They are lean and they are delicious. Great all-American favorites like beef, turkey, ham, and corned beef make Carl Buddick the right call every time. So what will be on your training table? With 10 great varieties to choose from, it will be a close call at home plate. But you can't go wrong because Buddick is the MVP of taste, quality, and value. Look for Buddick thin sliced meats at all.
Baseball, its tradition, the American pastime, and the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. KWRM 1370 is proud to be your exclusive radio home for Quakes baseball. The California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels will host the best future big leaguers in the world in the 7th annual Carolina League versus California League All-Star Game in June. For tickets to the 10-time California League attendance champions, call 909-481-5252 or visit them on the web at icquakes.com. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball, only on KWRM.
The new Quakes pitcher is right-hander Dustin Griffith, 6'4", 190 pounds, out of Littleton, Colorado. He comes on with a runner at first base, 1 man down, home half of the 4th, 7-2 Lancaster. And at the plate, Sergio Santos. First pitch fastball misses low and away, snap throw down to first, not in time. 1 ball and no strikes. Griffith on the year, 1-0. This is relief appearance number 3. He is a 3.00 ERA. 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run earned. He has struck out 2, not walked the batter, and and opponents are hitting above 300 against him. Line drive, base hit into left field. Stopping at second base after a wide turn is Dan Uggla. Second hit of the night for Sergio Santos, hit number 11 for Lancaster. First and second with one out for the cleanup man, Chris Snyder. For Joe Torres, he's the ERA skyrocket this evening. He also stands to lose for the first time on the year, going 3 1/3 innings. And to this point, 7 runs all earned on 10 hits allowed. And of course, we can't close the book on him yet. He is responsible for Uggla's second. And time has been called. We are going to have a pinch runner. And it will come at first base. Jeff Stanek can enter the ball game for Sergio Santos. And you wonder if Santos is being taken out more because of the fact that he was injured on that takeout slide from Nick Dorneau. So with Stanek coming in, Santos finishes up his day 2 for 3 at the plate. Not a bad debut against Rancho Cucamonga. And here is Chris Snyder. Not a bad idea when you're up already by 5 runs and your pitcher has been cruising the way that Lance Cormier, for the most part, has to get Santos out of there, make sure he's all right. Righty against righty to pitch to Chris Snyder. Fastball strike at the knees. Dustin Griffith signed as a non-drafted free agent by the Angels in 2001. Did not pitch that year. Came to the minor leagues last year for Cedar Rapids. 45 relief stints. Posted a 3.91 ERA. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Good slider. Upping and 2 to Snyder. On deck, Kyle Nichols. Griffith had a pair of saves, 5 wins last year, 4 defeats. He stares in at catcher Jeff Mathis. At second base, the Quakes are trying to hold Uggla close. At first base, they play behind Stanek. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs. A ball and 2 strikes. Mathis really like a cat back behind the plate. Popping up all the time, trying to make sure that runners don't get any additional leads and take chances with the late steals. It will be tough to run against Jeff Mathis all year. Certainly has one of the better arms for a catcher in this league. We're seeing maybe the guy with the best arm in Chris Snyder. He stands at the plate right now, the 1-2. Breaking ball misses low. Snap throw to second base is not in time. Well, there it was. You see the arm of Jeff Mathis, but Uggla able to beat it back. Chris Snyder singled and scored in the second, then walked in the second. 11 batters came to the plate in that frame, and 6 runs came in. The JetHawks have added another run here in the 4th inning. Leadoff triple for Richard, RBI ground out for Marlon Williams. Griffith looks at the runners. Taking a long time. Now the 3-2. Fastball missing downstairs. Beg your pardon, that was the 2-2. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Snyder will wait to look down at the third base line and see if Aldretti lets the runners move here with 1 man down. This game far from over. I think Aldretti knows it. Will try to score as many runs as he can. Griffith looks the runners back. They don't go. The 3-2 misses low, ball 4. Well, no matter. The base on balls has loaded the bases. Snyder to first, Stanek to second, Uggla to third. And here comes Kyle Nichols. Finishing up on the Major League Baseball scoreboard, just told you that Cleveland defeated Chicago, the Yankees beat Minnesota, and Toronto beat Boston. The only other game today, Baltimore shutting out Tampa Bay by a count of 4-0 at Camden Yards. The win for Rick Helling, he's now 1-1. Harris the loss 0-2, and Jerry Hairston Jr. with home run number 2. The pitch to Kyle Nichols. Did he go around? Yes, he did. So a check swing, but he couldn't hold up, 0-1. And the Tampa Bay loss today, 1 of their 5 hits came out of the bat of Rocco Baldelli. Baldelli, the ex-Bakersfield Blaze center fielder from a year ago, now has a 14-game hitting streak. Swing and a miss. Good slider from Griffith, 0-2. Not only a 14-game hitting streak, but he's also batting .379 on the year. At last check, Aaron Anderson of the Angels was leading the American League in batting. somewhere around 420. But how about the rookie, Rocco Baldelli? A three-sport All-American in high school in Rhode Island, and now major leaguer 2 years later. The 0-2, breaking ball popped up. Very shallow right field near the line. Out goes Casey Kochman. In foul ground, he makes the call on the catch. Everybody tags, but nobody can advance. Pop out, 3 foul. Good pitching there from Dustin Griffith. Now 2 men away. Here comes Jay Garthwaite. Garthwaite, who homered in the second inning, a 3-run shot today, giving the JetHawks an early 3-0 lead. Hit a huge home run against Rice back in the 2002 regionals when he was playing for Washington. That home run forced a second game in the regional finals, in which Rice would eventually win, but either way, Garthwaite, a big part of the Washington Husky history. All right-handed batter, 6'2", 205. Breaking ball, foul back. Garthwaite from Edmonds, Washington originally. 14th round draft choice in 2002. He came up to Lancaster back in August of last year. Hit .364 in 7 games. Before that, he was in Yakima and South Bend. The 0-1. Breaking ball popped up. Very shallow right field. Coming in is Jason Aspito. Now back a couple of steps. Waits for it to come down. Makes the catch. And the side is retired. So Dustin Griffith came on for Joe Torres in the inning. Struggled a bit. Gave up a single to Santos and then walked Snyder. But got out of it without any further damage done. Lancaster, 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. They lead 3. We go to the 5th. 7-2 JetHawks on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Listen up, baseball fans. Where can you go to get a quality oil change done by service professionals at a great price and get a voucher gift for 2 free tickets to a Rancho Cucamonga Quakes game? Goodyear, that's where. All season long, Goodyear dealers are offering you 2 free tickets to see your Quakes play just for getting that oil change that you need anyway. With tires as low as $18, quality brands like Goodyear and Dunlop, and complete automotive service, it's no wonder why your Goodyear dealer is the place to go for all your automotive needs. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR for a dealer near you.
Hey, if you haven't been to a Rancho Cucamonga Quakes game lately, you don't know what you're missing. Shed Spread Country Crock invites you and your family to come out and see the game. Bring the whole family out for a Country Crock Family Sundays. Quakes fans who bring an original cash register receipt showing purchase of any Shed Spread Country Crock product can buy 1 ticket at regular price and get 1 free for any Sunday home game. Offer ends August 31st. Offer limited to 3 free tickets and subject to availability. Country Crock, bring it home.
Hold the phone. The sun came out today. We're born again.
We go to the 5th inning. It is now 7-2 Lancaster. The line can be completed now on Joe Torres. 3 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs all earned. He struck out 2, walked 2, zeros the rest of the way, and leaves the ball game standing to lose. A bunch of defensive changes for the Lancaster JetHawks. Jeff Stanek, who came in the game as a pinch runner for Sergio Santos, will stay in the ball game and play second base. Danny Richard, who was at second, will move to short. Niobenek Santana will move from first base to third, and Dan Ugla will move from third base to first. At least that's what we are told. We'll try to make sure that that is all straight before the inning is complete. First pitch from Cormier is grounded foul up the first baseline by Jason Aspito. No balls and 1 strike now the count. So we have Aspito, Kochman, and Mathis. Just told actually that instead of putting Dan Ugla at first, you put him at second base. And then you put Santana at first. The 0-1. Hit on the ground fully up the line at first base. This is fielded by Jeff Stanek, and he goes to the bag in time. 3 unassisted. Now that's minor league baseball. Sometimes you get a host of changes. And the reason for these changes because of the injury to Sergio Santos. You wouldn't think it could be that serious considering the fact that he stayed in the ball game single before being taken out. But good on the swing. Somebody may have seen something that I didn't, whether he was twinging or not. But either way, he's out of there. Precautionary reasons, I assume. Here is Casey Kochman, who's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Takes a curveball up and in, 1 ball and no strikes. So to get it all straight, Iobanek Santana's at third, Danny Richard at short, Dan Ugla at second, Jeff Stanek at first, Snyder doing the catching for Cormier. The 1-0. This is in. 2 balls and no strikes. You know, we always do the Down on the Farm report each and every night. Try to get you updated on what goes on around AAA, AA, and single A levels for the Anaheim Angels chain. We have a bit of a deeper report even today. The 2-0 is hit on the ground towards first base, fielded again by Stanek. This time he will flip to the pitcher Cormier in time. 3-1, 2 men down, and here comes Jeff Mathis. There have been a ton of strong pitching performances around minor league baseball this year. Already seen 3 no-hitters, 1 perfect game thrown in. But how about the Cedar Rapids Colonel staff? Combined to throw 3 consecutive shutouts and 32 straight scoreless innings between April the 14th and the 16th. The team falling 1 shutout shy of the league record set when Appleton posted 4 straight in 1972. Pitch to Jeff Mathis, taken down low, 1 ball, no strikes. Clinton also had 4 consecutive shutouts back in 1979. Many of the pitchers on the 13-man staff were in extended spring training together last season, which afforded them the time to familiarize themselves with each other. As the fastball is a call strike, 1-1 to Mathis. Eric Bennett, 6th round pick by the Angels in 1989, who spent 9 seasons pitching a professional ball, was told not to expect too much from his young staff. Their average age 21. But they have dominated. It began back on April the 13th, posting a 5-0 shutout in the first game of a doubleheader, and a 12-2 win in the second contest followed that. The 1-1 to Mathis, breaking ball strike over the outside corner, 1-2. On April the 14th, John Toledo, Hayden Galemo, and Austin Bilkey combined on a 4-hitter as Quad City fell 6-0. Toledo giving up all 4 hits through 7 scoreless, and then Bilkey and Guillermo combining for the shutout down the stretch. Fastball misses downstairs. They have corrected the scoreboard. 3 balls and 2 strikes is the count to Jeff Mathis. 2 men down, nobody on top of the 5th. 7-2 is the count in favor of the Lancaster JetHawks. The Colonel spun yet another 4-hitter against the Fort Wayne Wizards on the 16th as Mathis calls time. Kevin Jepson, Ozzie Lugo, and Richard Thompson combined to strike out 12 over 9 innings. It was the 3rd blanking in as many nights. The 3-2 line drive caught at first by Stanek. Well, Jeff Stanek probably happy he moved over to third base. He was involved in all 3 putouts, where he had assisted on a ground out by Espedo, 3-1 on a ground out by Kochman, and now line out 3 off the bat of Jeff Mathis. We are midway through the ball game as we go to the home half of the 5th. It's 7-2 Lancaster on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
One of the most important things you can do to keep your car and other vehicles running their best is to change the oil and filter regularly. But did you know that you haven't finished the job right until you've recycled that used oil and filter? You should never dump used oil in the ground, in storm drains, or in the garbage. The only safe way to dispose of that used oil and filter is by taking it to a friendly, convenient collection center. So this spring and summer, step up to the plate for the environment. To find an oil and oil filter collection center or a household hazardous waste collection center near you, call 1-800-CLEANUP. The Quakes and the California Integrated Waste Management Board want to thank you for all of your recycling efforts. Working together, we can keep our community a great place to live, work, and play ball.
Hey fans, it's Rob Render, voice of the Quakes, reminding you to get out to the ballpark for some hot dogs, peanuts, nachos. I can't work with all this great food.
Come see the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels, play at the beautiful epicenter off Interstate 15 at Foothill. For tickets as low as $6, call 909-481-5252. That's 481-5252. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Always a big hit.
Right-hander Dustin Griffith remains out for his second inning of work. He will face the bottom third in the lineup. Josh Kroger, Mild and Santana, and Danny Richard. It is 7-2 Lancaster. They got 6 in the second, 1 in the fourth. For the Quakes, 1 in the third and 1 in the fourth inning. Josh Kroger, a left-handed batter, is 0 for 2 and takes the fastball up high. 1 ball and no strikes. The Stockton and Visalia game has now been officially postponed. Stockton was up 4-1 as they went into a rain delay in the third inning. And that game done for the night. A 1-0 pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner, 1-1. The question is, will Stockton and Visalia pick it up right from where they left off like the Quakes did in Bakersfield a few weeks ago? Probably the way they should do it. The 1-1 offering is popped up, third base side. Let's see if this one gets out of play. Mathis to the stand, runs out of room. Inland Empire playing in High Desert, and the Mavericks have themselves a 3-0 lead as they go to the top half of the sixth. And those are the other two games in the Cal League tonight as Lake Elsinore, Bakersfield, San Jose, and Modesto each have the night off. Into the line goes Dustin Griffith for the 1-2 pitch. Hit on the ground slowly to second base. Turner scoops it up, throws to first in time. So now Josh Kroger is 0 for 3. He is the only JetHawks batter who has not reached base yet. And here comes Mayo Benex Santana. Fans during all Sunday home games at the Epicenter, you will have the opportunity to dine with the Quakes following that day's game, brought to you by Chili's Restaurant in Rancho Cucamonga. You win an on-field contest, you may eat in the Quakes Corner at Chili's with your favorite Quakes player following the game. This ball grounded towards the hole at short, backhanded by Murphy, but he loses the ball, and everybody is safe. Mild Benex Santana will more than likely be credited with a single there.
Let's hear it for the shortstop, number 4.
It certainly was a tough play, and it will be called a hit. So Santana on at first, he's now 2 for 3, and here comes Danny Richard. Thanks to Chili's, by the way, in Rancho Cucamonga, proud supporter of Quakes baseball here in 2003. Danny Richard has tripled, singled, and scored twice. Looks at a fastball that misses low and in. Richard, formerly known as Yohandri Baroa until about 8 months ago. He also added 6 months to his age over the offseason. Free agent signed him back in 2001. The 1-0 pitch. Drive. 1-1. Richard is a speedster. Played 85 games last year for Lancaster, 25 for Yakima. And he's in his 15th game for the JetHawks here in 2003. Never hit for a high average. The 1-1. Fastball misses downstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. He had 231 for Lancaster last year. Because of his poor play and certainly inconsistent play, he was sent down to Yakima. He began 2002, 0 for his first 18, only to go on and hit 321 in the month of May. The 2-1 pitch is grounded foul up the first base line, 2-2. Then in Yakima, he hit just 227 in those 25 games. Does have mild power. He homered once here last year and has 1 home run this season as well. A pair of triples and a double to go with it. So contributing any way he possibly can. Danny Richard, formerly known as Yohandri Baroa. The 2-2. Lifted in the air to right center field. A long run for Nick Kimpton, but he's able to make the catch. Kimpton can really cover a ton of ground out there. First time that the Quakes have retired Danny Richard tonight. Back to first goes Mild Benex Santana. And 2 men down for Marlon Williams. Marlon Williams, another one of those speedsters. We've already talked about his 51 steals last year at Yakima. There are a lot of speedsters at the top of lineups in the league this season. The Quakes have one, and Tommy Murphy, 31 stolen bases last year. Breaking ball misses low and away, 1-0. A couple of the other guys that come to mind, Marcus Nettles down in Lake Elsinore, the guy who led the California League in stolen bases last year. The 1-0, strike at the knee, snap throw down to first, not in time. And of course, we saw the High Desert Mavericks a couple of times this year. Chris Morris stole 111 bases for Peoria 2 years ago, and 55 bags for Potomac last year prior to his trade to the Brewers organization. The pitch, hit in the alleyway in left center field. A long run again, this time for Gorneau. Turns around, looks up, and this ball's off the base of the wall. Rounding third and heading home, Santana. The throw, he is out at the plate. Nice job by Mathis to hang on as Santana tried to run him over. You can give Marlon Williams a double, and then Santana thrown out. 7, 6, 2. That retires the side. Great relay throw right on the money from Tommy Murphy. The JetHawks in the fifth. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. They lead 1. Go to the 6th inning. 7-2 Lancaster on the KWRN Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
The Mossy Plaza on Foothill Boulevard in Rancho Cucamonga is home to some of the finest cuisine in the Inland Empire. Come enjoy a taste of Japan like you never have experienced before at Wabi Sabi, offering a full sushi bar and hibachi grill. Go south of the border and enjoy the best Mexican food in town at Felipe's Tanqueria. Feel like you're floating down a river in Venice as you bite into a pizza at Bellissimo Pizza and Restaurant, the new home for the Quakes radio postgame show after every Wednesday home game. Sit back and watch that night's big games as you drink microbrewed beer and try one of the best burgers in Rancho at Compass Creek. There's nothing like good barbecue, and Woody's makes it happen. And if you're looking for that late night meal, stop by Denny's for everything from breakfast to dinner and at any time of the day. All of this can be found at the Mossy Plaza, the place to dine in Rancho Cucamonga on Foothill Boulevard, located right next to the epicenter.
Titan fans and Pastimes Collectibles knows baseball is a year-round event. Located inside Villa del Sol in downtown Fullerton, Pastimes offers the finest in authenticated sports memorabilia for over a decade. They have every item for every fan, for every budget. From Ruth and Cobb to Tiger, Jordan, Ali, Montana, and Shaq. You'll find it at Pastimes Collectibles. Where do pros like Nomar Garcia fire shots when they want collectible jerseys, equipment, and artwork? Pastimes Collectibles. Call 714-870-8013. That's 714-870-8013.
New grass on the hill.
Mike Howard swings at the first pitch and grounds it to the shortstop, Danny Richard. His throw to first is not in time. The ball got away from the first baseman, Stanek, but Howard took a turn at first. And the throw back behind him, the tag applied. He is out of there. Let's see how that one is scored. It will be an error on the first baseman, Jeff Stanek, for dropping the ball. So E3, and then Howard is erased. 2-3. The catcher, Snyder, was backing up the throw, got the baseball, threw back behind Howard, and he was out. One man down, and here is Nick Gorneau. And to the line goes Lance Cormier, the pitch. Check swing, and he went around. Nothing of one. Right-hander Scott Schneider is up and warming for Rancho Cucamonga in the bullpen. That probably means that Dustin Griffith is done. He went 1 2/3 innings in relief of Joe Torres. The 0-1 to Gorneau, swung on and dribbled the foul. No balls and 2 strikes. A ball gets loose from the bullpen. Bobby Meacham, the Quakes manager, goes over, picks it up, and throws it back down. Nick Gorneau is 1 for 2. Struck out in the second, singled in the fourth. Righty against righty, the 0-2. Fastball, foul back. Nick Gorneau now 6 for his last 17. And what's even more amazing is that he's hitting .318 against right-handed pitching. And he's facing the righty, Lance Cormier. Another 0-2, swing, and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt of Chris Snyder. That is strike 3. Strikeout number 4 in the ballgame for Lance Cormier. Out number 2 here in the top of the 6th. And here comes Justin Turner. Turner 0 for 2, but he has scored a run. Still waiting for Justin to break out with the long ball. He had 6 home runs last year. I beg your pardon, he actually had 11 home runs last year for Cedar Rapids. The pitch, breaking ball hit in the air to left center field, playable for Marlon Williams. Moves to his right, comes underneath it, makes the catch, and the side is retired. A very simple 1-2-3 inning for Lance Cormier. Middle of the 6th from the hangar. 7-2 Lancaster on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Some things never change. The crack of the bat and all the junk food you can eat. It's no wonder baseball is America's favorite pastime. At Vineyard Bank, we're proud to be a Rancho Cucamonga Quakes sponsor. We're also proud to be a part of this thriving city and our commitment to help families and local businesses realize their dreams. We are the fastest growing financial institution.
Want to stop by the freezing ballpark. They'll have to tune into us at somewhere around 10. The 3-1. This is low, ball 4. Second time in the ball game that Dan Ugla has been walked. And with nobody out, here comes Jeff Stanek for his first plate appearance. On Wednesday and Thursday, we are once again live. Pre-game shows both starting at 7 o'clock. First pitches both at 7:15. On Wednesday, left-hander Jake Woods against right-hander Jason Bolger. And then on Thursday, left-hander Dan Mazingo against fellow southpaw Doug Slayton, who is now in his 3rd year in Lancaster. Jeff Stanek batting in the spot, vacated by Sergio Santos. Left-handed batter, and takes a strike over the outside corner. 3-1 the count. On the line scoreboard, 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for Rancho Cucamonga. 7 runs, 12 hits, and 1 error for the Lancaster JetHawks. It has been all Lancaster since their 6-run second inning. The 0-1 fouled off. The ball's and 2 strikes as Schneider tries to get in on the hand. Scott Schneider missed all of last year with a torn anterior cruciate ligament. It was suffered in spring training. But now he is back in Rancho Cucamonga for a second year, and a guy who's certainly a bit older and would love to be up at AAA and not too much longer. The 0-2, swing and a miss, and down goes Jeff Stanek. That is just the 3rd strikeout for Quakes pitching on the night. Now number 1 here in the 6th, and here comes Chris Schneider. Schneider does have the pickup and the skills to get up to AA, AAA, and if he gets lucky, maybe even beyond. The one thing right now that he might be lacking would be arm strength. And that'll come back. Matter of getting the tendon stretched again and getting the innings in. The pitch. Breaking ball for a call strike over the outside corner to Chris Schneider. Schneider was officially 1 for 1. Singled and scored in the 2nd. Walked in both the 2nd inning and in the 4th. Yeah, you heard that right. He hit twice in the 2nd inning. 11 men would come to the plate. Breaking ball catches the outside corner, 0-2. Schneider's out of Houston, Texas. 2nd-round draft choice last year from the University of Houston. 3rd-team All-American prior to graduation. Knocked in 71 runs his senior year, which set a school record. Breaking ball misses low and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He would hit .343 that season as well. Schneider, a guy with a very strong arm. He hit safely in 11 of his first 15 games with the JetHawks after being drafted and sent to Lancaster last year. The 1-2, fastball misses outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schneider and Brian Martin, the 2 late season additions from the draft last year, both coming here to Lancaster, really propelled this team into the playoffs. That and the addition of Scott Hairston. The 2-2, there goes the runner. Breaking ball is fouled off. So the JetHawks by no means think they have this 1-1. They're sending runners with 1 out, 2 ball, 2 strike counts. Ugla will have to return to first. Mentioned earlier that Brian Martin, Scott Hairston, for the most part, all of the talented big hitters that were on this team last year are either at double or AAA this season. The 2-2, fastball on the outside corner, strike 3 call. So down goes Chris Schneider, and 2 men are away, back-to-back strikeout for Scott Schneider. Here comes Kyle Nichols. No reason to believe that a guy like Chris Schneider can't be the next big thing. And instead of Kyle Nichols coming to the plate, we're going to have a pinch hitter in the DH spot. Time has been called, and getting the donut off the bat is Jamie Jones, who's a left-handed batter. So this is a straight switch. Kyle Nichols out of the DH spot, replaced by Jamie Jones. Jones uses an open stance, waves the bat in the air, swings at the first pitch, and fouls it away off to the left. 0-1. So Kyle Nicholas, that is, he finishes up his day 1 for 3. Jones, 6'3", 190. Free agent signing in 2003, did not play at all last year. And Jamie digs in with his team up by 5 runs. The runner at first, Dan Ugla. 2 men down. The 0-1. Strike over the outside corner. 0-2. The Quakes still have 3 innings from which to play with. The 7th, 8th, and 9th. They'll have Smith, Kimpton, and Murphy scheduled to bat in the 7th inning. Trailing it by 5 runs and in need of a huge rally. Schneider's 0-2. Breaking ball. Got him looking. So after walking the leadoff man, Dan Ugla, Schneider comes back to strike out Stanek, Schneider, and Jones in order. We go to the 7th, 7-2 Lancaster on the KWRN Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Hi, this is voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, Rob Brender. I enjoy my job and all, but sometimes I even need to get away. Let me tell you about a little place called Laughlin, Nevada. You don't need a major league salary to enjoy it. It's got great hotels, lively entertainment, and exciting Colorado River action for a reasonable price. You trust me to bring you great sports coverage, so trust me that this is a great spot to visit. For more information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or click on visitlaughlin.com. Laughlin, Nevada. Play the way you like it.
This is Rob Bushka, voice of the Cal State Fullerton Titans. Join baseball coach George Horton and I live on location at the Stadium Tavern in historic downtown Fullerton, Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. for Titan Talk here on 1370 KWRM. It's your chance to ask questions of the coach and the Titan baseball players. You can answer trivia for some great prizes and enjoy food and drink specials as well, like $1 pints. If you can't join us, listen live on KWRM or on the web at titansports.org. Titan Talk with George Horton, Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. on KWRM.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
Down on the Farm Report is brought to you by Used Oil Recycling. To find an oil and oil filter collection center near you, call 1-800-CLEANUP. That's Used Oil Recycling. We go to the top half of the 7th inning. The Quakes continue to trail the ball game by a count of 7-2. Lance Cormier is back probably for his final inning of work. And Casey Smith going to lead things off to be followed by Kimpton and Murphy. First pitch fastball is popped foul out of play off to the right. No balls and 1 strike to Casey. Mr. Cormier has gone through 6 innings and now into the 7th for the first time in quite a while. Matter of fact, he hasn't gone more than 6 1/3 in about a year. The 0-1 breaking ball drops right in there, 0-2. There is action going in the bullpen for Lancaster for the first time on the night. And as good Mr. Cormier has been. Single runs for the Quakes in the 3rd and 4th. That's it. And a fastball catches the outside corner, punching out Casey Smith. And strikeout number 5 for Cormier. And here comes Nick Kimpton. The Quakes have simply not been able to muster up any rallies early in the innings. Getting a lot of 2-out consecutive hits, but not much to show for it. That's right-hander Justin Wessler, who's up and throwing in the pen as Kimpton grounds this one foul off to the right. 0-1. As far as the down on the Farm Report goes, or in English goes, that's what happens when it's freezing cold. You can barely feel your lips up here. Cold Lake 6-11 on the year. They did win yesterday. This ball grounded towards first, and of a first baseman Jeff Stanek into right field. And that'll be called a hit for Nick Kimpton. Stanek tried to backhand it, but it hopped right over the net. First hit on the night for Nick Kimpton. He has now hit safely in 11 of 13 games played. And back to the top of the order for Tommy Murphy. The AA Arkansas Travelers are 12-5. The Cedar Rapids Colonels are 11-6 on the season. And for the most part, everybody is playing well. Pitch to Tommy Murphy is a fastball that misses downstairs, 1-0. Alfredo Ameza's average is at .349. 4 doubles, 4 RBIs, stolen 4 bags, slugging .413. The 1-0 to Murphy. Hit on the ground towards second. This could be 2. Ugla goes to Richard for 1. The relay throw inside double play, and that retires the side. 4-6-3 on the swing killing. Racing Kimpton and the Quakes in the 7th. We go to the middle of the 7th inning. They're going to play God Bless America, and all the fans will get up for the national anthem. I beg your pardon for taking out to the ball game. And we're going to take an extended break of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. You're locked into the KWRN Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Rob Brender here, voice of the Quakes, updating you on a great season of bobbleheads, weekday specials, and fireworks shows. You work hard all day. Treat yourself to a real ball game, a fantastic value. With the best seat in the house, only $10.
Come see the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels, play at the beautiful epicenter off Interstate 15 at Foothill. For tickets as low as $6, call 909-481-5252. That's 481-5252. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Always a big hit.
When you stay at a Red Roof Inn, you can live large and pay little. At Red Roof Inns, you'll find quality rooms, friendly service, competitive rates, and enjoy complimentary morning coffee and the USA Today. Plus, as a Ready Card Prefer member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With more than 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including nearby in Ontario, San Dimas, Anaheim, Santa Ana, and Victorville. Visit us at redroof.com or call 1-800-RED-ROOF. Live large and pay little at your friendly Red Roof Inn.
Hey, Sam, the manager has already picked his lineup. Have you? I'm talking about the all-star lineup of Carl Buddick. Original thin sliced luncheon meats. They are lean and they are delicious. Great all-American favorites like beef, turkey, ham, and corned beef make Carl Buddick the right call every time. So what'll be on your training table? With 10 great varieties to choose from, it'll be a close call at home plate. But you can't go wrong because Buddick is the MVP of taste, quality, and value. Look for Buddick thin sliced meats at all.
Go to the home half of the seventh inning. It remains 7-2 Lancaster. Right-hander Scott Schneider will stay out for his second inning of work. He'll face Jay Garthwaite, Josh Kroger, and then Mayo Benek Santana. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Monday evening, no matter where you are, around the country and around the world, listening to us on the internet, as well as on 1370 KWRM. Pitch to Jay Garthwaite. Fastball runs inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Thanks very much to Todd sticking around in the studios today at KWRM, running the board for us all evening long and doing a great job as usual, as all the rest of the board ops have been doing this season. The 1-0. This is low. 2 balls, no strikes. No great broadcast is ever complete without the use of a fantastic board operator spinning the dial, making sure everything sounds as smooth as possible. The 2-0 hit on the ground foul of third. Action continues for Lancaster in their bullpen, which would mean that Cormier is most assuredly done. This being the second inning for Scott Schneider, it will also be his last as David Walensky begins to throw. Breaking ball hit hard toward third. Great diving stop by Smith. Gates to his feet. Throws not in time. Garthwaite was able to beat it out, but what a diving stop by Casey Smith. He has been fantastic at third, and he almost made that play. He had no business getting to that baseball. And Casey Smith is showing that he wants to play all season long. The leadoff man aboard for Josh Kroger. Diving to his left, into the hole. What a pickup. Only sure-handed Casey Smith. And I guess it helps that he is a shortstop by trade. Josh Kroger's 0 for 3, left-handed batter at the dish. The pitch, fastball missing low. 1 ball and no strikes. If the night is done for Cormier, he went 7 innings on the mound, which is the furthest he has gone into any game this year. The 1-0, hit on the ground towards second. This could be 2. Turner goes to Murphy. The relay throw, inside double play. Murphy hopping over the takeout slide by Jay Garthwaite. 4-6-3 on the DP. 2 men down and the base is empty from Mayabeck Santana. Cormier gave up 7 hits, 2 runs both earned. He struck out 5, walked just 1, and 0 the rest of the way. He stands to win for the second time this year. and once again will lower his earned run average. Pitch to Santana, taken for a strike. 0-1. We have seen some fantastic pitching against the Quakes as of late. 3 out of the 4 games in the Inland Empire Series were very well pitched. As this ball grounded foul, look out, David Walensky. He's warming up at the bullpen. His protector had strayed away to get an extra baseball. And because of that, he had to dump. Very fortunate not to get picked off right there. 0-2 is the count. The Quakes had a great performance from their starter, Irvin Santana, yesterday. Named the pitcher of the week. The 0-2. Breaking ball misses high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So you need to battle through tough times. The Quakes are in danger tonight of falling back to 500 at 8-8. And 2 games behind the first place JetHawks. Breaking ball, line drive, base hit into right center field. So Santana has his 3rd hit of the night. And here comes Danny Richard with 2 men down. That is hit number 30 for the Lancaster JetHawks. 1 hit shy of the most hits that the Quakes have given up all season by an opponent. The most is 14 by Inland Empire. Danny Richard is 2 out of 3. Left-handed batter. The pitch to him. Fastball taken for a strike over the outside corner. 0-1. By the way, just to complete the down on the farm report, Ryan Buddy homered again yesterday. As this ball fouled back, 0-2 is now the count. Ryan Buddy hitting .295, 5 home runs, 10 driven in. And the 5 home runs surpassed his season total from all of last year with Rancho Cucamonga. That's how good he's been. Schneider to the belt, the 0-2. Fastball missing low and in, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Quakes trailing this one by a count of 7-2. Game number 1 of the 4-game series here at Lancaster. I am Rob Brender. It is a brutally chilly and windy evening. 1-2 pitch. This is in. The wind is blowing out from left to right. The flags, which are in left center field, are completely straight, stiff as they can be. That is how hard the wind is blowing. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and foul tip. Richard stays alive. This is always a difficult trip anyway. It's a 2-hour commute in the Quakes bus each way. So you leave at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, get here a little after 4, get all your stuff going, get into the clubhouse, get out on the field for BP at 5, play at 7, and then bus back 2 more outs. The pitch hit hard towards the middle, base hit into center field. Stopping at second base is Mayo Benex Santana. So back-to-back 2-out singles. Runners are at first and second base for Marlon Williams. Well, now goes catcher Jeff Babbitt. Quakes will have to take this commute 3 more times this week. Tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. So you figure you're on a bus 4 hours each day for 4 days. Of course, that's 16 hours. You're playing for pretty much 3 hours every day. You're actually on a bus traveling more than you are spending time on the field. The distance, which is just under 100 miles between Rancho Cucamonga and Lancaster, probably about 4 or 5 miles short. That would be the cutoff to have an overnight stay. Fastball misses inside of Marlon Williams. So if you're 5 miles further up the road, you get to stay overnight, you're comfortable, you don't need to worry about busing back and forth, taking chances on the 138, which is an accident-prone road. But not going to happen. To the set, the 1-0. Breaking ball hit on the ground slowly at the line at third, and this ball is going to roll foul. Picked up by Casey Smith, 1-1. The only team to break that rule of driving up here as a commuter, as they're just underneath the limit, was San Bernardino back a couple of years ago when they had Seattle first-round pick Ryan Christensen. The rumor is that Christensen's mother called the Mariners organization and complained That was the first ticket. The second ticket punch was the fact that they paid Christensen well over $1 million when he signed. So that said, not willing to take any chances, and they put the 66ers, then the Stampede, up overnight. Swing and a miss with a good breaking ball to Williams, 1-2. But the Quakes, not fortunate enough here to have that same fate. And we will do the commuter after the game. Just very tiresome in general to the players. Scott Schneider looking to battle through trouble here in the home half of the seventh. The 1-2 pitch to Williams. Curve ball hits foul off to the right side and into the stands. The 300 or so fans that were actually here at the ballpark to start the game has thinned out a bit. There are a few diehards still hanging around, probably upwards of about 100 of them. This place will be awfully hot in the middle of the summer, and they'll sell out a few times. But for the most part, not going to threaten the Quakes for the attendance lead. Schneider's 1-2 pitch. Hit on the ground. It's a high chopper towards the hole at first, and it'll skip under the glove of Justin Turner. Rounding third and heading home is Santana. The throw not in time. That'll be a single for Marlon Williams. It was a high chopper that all of a sudden hit the lip of the outfield grass, flattened out, and went right under the glove of Turner. Give Marlon Williams his third hit of the night and third run batted in. Scoring Santana from second. Richard goes from first to third. It is now 8-2 Lancaster. And here is Dan Ugla. Hit number 14 on the board for the JetHawks. We're only in the seventh inning. Marlon Williams raises his RBI total on the night from 2 starting the evening to 5 overall. Pitch to Ugla, misses high, 1-0. There were a lot of blowout losses in this ballpark for Rancho Cucamonga in 2002, especially in the second half of the season when the JetHawks got all of those great college players from the draft and the All-Stars called up from the Midwest League. That certainly didn't hurt. The 1-0, this is in, 2 balls, no strikes. Rancho with 3 wins here last year, 7 losses. And they are on track for loss number 1 in game number 1 between these two teams. Runners off the corners with 2 outs. The 2-0 pitch. Broken bat, looping line drive into left field. In quickly comes Nick Gordo, and he makes the catch. That retires the side. But further damage has been done. A run on 4 hits. No errors, and 2 men are stranded. We go to the 8th. It is now 8-2 Lancaster on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Baseball, its tradition, the American pastime, and the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. KWRM 1370 is proud to be your exclusive radio home for Quakes baseball. The California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels will host the best future big leaguers in the world in the 7th annual Carolina League versus California League All-Star Game in June. For tickets to the 10-time California League attendance champions, call 909-481-5252 or visit them on the web at rcquakes.com. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball, only on KWRM.
Baseball season is in full swing. The sun is out, the days are longer, and it's time to play ball. For many of us, this also means it's time to clean up our cars, change the oil and filter, and get ready for a busy summer on the go. When you change the oil in your vehicles, remember, recycle the used oil and filters. Recycling is the only safe way to keep oil away from our streams, rivers, lakes, oceans, and recreation areas. Besides recycling, it's easy. Just call 1-800-CLEANUP or the address of a service station, quick lube, or household hazardous waste collection center near you. The friendly staff at these centers will take your oil for free. So go finish that cleanup job the right way, and then come watch the Quakes clean up on the baseball diamond. The California Integrated Waste Management Board wants to thank you for all of your recycling efforts.
Top half of the 8th inning. It is now 8-2 Lancaster. They get a run off of Scott Schneider in the home half of the 7th, adding to their already large advantage. They've also gone to the bullpen for the first time as Cormier is done, and right-hander Justin Weschler will come on. For Cormier, 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs both earned, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 0s. Jason Aspito going to lead things off for Rancho, and the first pitch fastball sails up high, 1 ball and no strikes. Justin Weschler, 6'2", 240 pounds, out of Anderson, Indiana. Fastball is hit in the air to deep left center field. A late break for Williams. Back near the warning track at the wall, and this ball's over his head up against the fence. Jason Aspito will stop at second base with a stand-up double. That ball was crushed the other way. The wind maybe even hurt it, knocking it down from left to right. For Jason Aspito, a pair of hits on the night. That's his 3rd double of the year. And here comes Casey Kochman. Quakes are only down by 6, and we're in the 8th, so it's not over yet. Justin Weschler, a graduate of Ball State, back in 2001, was the Diamondbacks' 4th-round draft choice in June of 2001. Selected back in 1999 to the Louisville Slugger Freshman All-American team with the Ball State Cardinals. Casey Kochman is 2 for 3. Pair of singles and a ground out. The pitch. Fastball misses high, 1-0. It's always nice to get Cormier out of the game with the way he was rolling. The Quakes have now accomplished that. Not because they hit him hard, but because his pitch count was probably up. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball from Weschler. Justin, 2-3 in 2001 with Missoula. 10 starts, a 2.5 ERA. In 2002 with South Bend, 7-12 overall, ERA above 4. 26 appearances, 25 starts. The tall right-hander comes set for the 1-1 pitch. Check swing, and Kochman went too far. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This year, Dustin Weschler is 1-0, ERA of 8.59. 4 appearances, 7 1/3 innings, 7 runs allowed, 8 walks. And that is certainly a problem. The 1-2 to Kochman, breaking ball on the inside corner, strike 3 call. And Casey can't believe it. So 1 man down, and here comes Jeff Mathis. Weschler, a guy who has thrived with control throughout his career. He's not a hard thrower. I remember seeing this guy back in 2001 when I was with Billings and he was in Missoula. We played the Osprey an inordinate amount of times that year. Plenty of chances to see him as Mathis fouls this one away. Weschler was a guy that the Billings Mustangs hit rather hard that year. But in general, his numbers were very good. Anytime your ERA in the Pioneer League is below 3, doing a pretty good job. The 0-1 to Mathis, swing and a miss. Good breaking ball, 0-2. Jeff in the ballgame is 1 for 2. Walked in the first, drove in a run with a single in the 3rd, and then lined out on a rocket shot to first. Back in the 5th inning. Outfield straight away. The 0-2. Breaking ball, line drive, base hit into left field. Aspito will be held at 3rd. Up with it quickly came Jay Garthwaite. For the 2nd hit of the evening for Jeff Mathis. Runners are now at the corners with 1 out. And here comes Mike Ioward.
Number 27, Mike Elward.
Ioward in the ball game is 0 for 3. The Quakes now with 9 hits on the board off of the combination of Cormier and Weschler. Let's see if Elward can drive in a run. Mike, just 1 for 16 on the season against right-handed pitching. And he's facing the righty Weschler here. Pitch to him. Fastball misses high and tight, 1-0. Mike with the average dipping below 100 now. He is actually at an even 100. 3 for his first 30 on the season. The 1-0, swing and a miss. The top hand slipped off the bat handle that time. And that's caused by the chilly temperatures and also a very good breaking ball from Justin Wesley. 1-1. On deck is Nick Gornell. On the road trip, Howard 2 for his first 14. The 1-1. Curveball misses high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Last year, Mike hit .263 for Cedar Rapids. Began his career in 2001 with Provo. He hit .300 over a 7-game span. Got called up to Cedar Rapids where he would hit .233. He drives this one to left field. If it's there, it's gone. And this ball is foul. About 3 or 4 feet to the left of the pole. So just a long and loud strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Got around on a breaking ball there. That ball was crushed. It flew over the netting, which goes up about 10 or 15 feet beyond the outfield fence, trying to protect the street. Look out, cars. And time called by Howard as Weschler tries to quick pitch him here. Mike's a big guy, 6'2", 210, lots of power. Runners off the corners, the 2-2. Fastball missing low and in, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Howard is strikeout prone, 10 of them this year. So if you're Bobby Meacham, you start the runner at first, Jeff Mathis, who runs fairly well. Try to stay out of the double play ball. But if you do start him and Howard strikes out, there's trouble. He doesn't go. The 3-2 misses up and in. That's ball 4. So now the bases are loaded with only 1 out. And here comes Nick Gorneau with a chance to turn things around in a hurry. Nick Gorneau is 1 for 3, and the catcher Chris Snyder will go to the mound for a brief meeting with Weschler. The 1 hit was a single to lead off the 4th. The other 2 at-bats are both strikeouts. Gorneau has a pair of home runs and 6 runs batted in on the year. He was hitting some monstrous home runs during batting practice today, and would love to put one in play for real right here. Bases juiced with Quakes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a good fastball, really sunk. 0-1. Gorneau last year with 10 home runs for Cedar Rapids, to go along with 17 doubles and 7 triples. Weschler's 0-1. Swing and a miss. Flew the fastball right by him. And Gorneau turns around and asks home plate umpire Tom Waters, was it a strike? I don't think it was. It looked up. Gorneau hit 6 home runs for Provo in 2001. The 0-2, swing and a miss. 3 consecutive fastballs. And down goes Nick Gorneau. The strikeout for Justin Weschler is his second here in the 8th inning. That's a very big second out, and here comes Justin Turner. Of course, Gorneau is not happy about it. 3rd time that he's been struck out. Justin Turner 0 for 3. And now 1 for 7 on the current road trip. His last game played was Thursday night because of the addition of Adam Kennedy. Swing and a miss. Another good fastball from Weschler. Maybe that was part of the meeting. Schneider, the catcher, goes out to the mound, says, Justin, enough of the breaking stuff. This is a fastball league. Get up there and make them prove they can hit it. The 0-1. Fastball just missed. 0-2, or I beg your pardon, 1 ball, 1 strike. Turner, a very good fastball hitter. 11 homers, 61 runs batted in a season ago. The 1-1. That's foul. And Weschler gets ahead on Justin Turner, 1-2. If Turner can reach, then Casey Smith. The inning starts with a double by Aspito. And a strikeout of Kodman, a single by Mathis. A walk to Isleward loads the bases. Gorneau then strikes out. That is where we stand. 2 men down, 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Turner with a slider low and in. Now the Houdini act performed by Justin Weschler, loading the bases and getting through it without a run across. We go to the home half of the 8th, 8-2 Lancaster. On the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
The makers of high-volume printing systems. Now, these people see blue-chip prices and slack-jawed indifference as their inalienable birthright. Look, the only place to go for high volume without that high price is Rico. 85, 105, even 1,000 pages per minute if you connect a bunch of them together. The era of high-priced, high-volume is truly over, bucko. Time for them to go. Time for Rico. Rico!
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Miraloma, California, in business since 1927. The Galliano family roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as a custom label. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room, enjoy a tour of our landmark complex, or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or Sunday from 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
We go to the home half of the 8th inning from the hangar in Lancaster. The JetHawks will look for a bit more padding. What is already a large lead at 8-2. Right-hander David Walensky will take over on the mound for Rancho Cucamonga, replacing Scott Schneider. For Scott, 2 innings, 4 hits allowed, 1 run earned. He struck out 3, walked 1, and 0 the rest of the way. Walensky is the 4th pitcher used by Bobby Meacham tonight. David, 6 foot 190 out of Fairfax, Virginia, currently resides in Atlanta, Georgia, taken by the Angels in the 42nd round of the 1999 draft. It'll be Jeff Stanek, Chris Snyder, and then Jamie Jones. Batters 3, 4, and 5 here in the home half of the 8th. Lancaster has led throughout after getting a 6 spot on the board in the 2nd. The line goes David Walensky. Pitch to Stanek, a left-handed batter, as a fastball that misses low and in. 1-0. Walensky's 1-0 this year, 1 save thrown in. This is appearance number 5, all in relief. An ERA of 3.86. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses downstairs, 2-0. Lancaster has action going down the right field bullpen, which would mean that more than likely Justin Weschler's day is complete after 1 very rough inning, but didn't allow a run. 2-0 pitch. This is low. 3 balls and no strikes. Man in the bullpen is John Castellanos, a right-hander. Had a great closer here last year to the JetHawks and Jesus Silva. And there's a fastball that misses downstairs, a 4-pitch walk for Jeff Stanek. Here comes Chris Snyder. That is the 5th walk issued by Rancho Cucamonga pitching tonight. More than usual. Chris Snyder has drawn a pair of them. Also got a single on the 2nd. He struck out his last time up. And time has been called. See if the Quakes hold the runner on here. Kochman looks into the dugout, and Bobby Meacham says, "No, play behind him. This game is, for the most part, done." Righty against righty. The pitch to Chris Snyder. Fastball missing low and away, and that's 5 consecutive pitches out of the zone. It will bring catcher Jeff Mathis to the mound. The Quakes bullpen is getting more work lately than they did over the first couple of weeks of the season. There are still a couple of guys like the David Walenskys who haven't thrown much on a consistent basis. Because of that, sometimes it can be difficult to find a strike zone right away, especially on a cold night. Chris Snyder digs back in, tall right-handed batter. The 1-0. This is low and away yet again. 2 balls and no strikes. So tomorrow night we are tape delayed on the air at about 10:30 at the latest, whenever the Cal State Fullerton ball game is done. They're playing UCLA Cal State Fullerton #1 unanimously in the country. Fastball misses down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Goes to 3-0 now. Couple of scores to update you on. Top of the 8th inning, High Desert with an 11-0 lead against Inland Empire. Walensky to the set for the 3-0. This is outside. 8 consecutive pitches out of the zone from David Walensky. And a pair of walks. First and second for Jamie Jones, and pitching coach Zeke Zimmerman will jog out to the mound. Earlier, Stockton and Visalia rained down, suspended. It was 4-1 Stockton in the third when they halted that one. So the rain is up in Northern California. It did sprinkle a bit here earlier when we were first arriving, but nothing since. I hope that the rain can stay away at all times when you're doing it. Nobody wants to drive 2 hours up just to get rained out and have to go 2 hours back the other way, not having played. Zeke Zimmerman has spoken his piece to David Walensky. More than likely, that conversation was settle down, throw a couple strikes. He has thrown 8 consecutive balls, walking the first 2 batters here in the home half of the 8th. And Jamie Jones will get his second chance of the night. Struck out in the 6th. Left-handed batter. The pitch. Drive. Jamie Jones hitting .225 on the season. A double, pair of homers, 11 runs batted in. Did not start tonight. The pitch to him. Breaking ball misses low and goes directly to the backstop. Both runners will advance. Wild pitch. Charge to David Walensky. So now second and third and nobody out. Chance to really put this one away if you're Jamie Jones. 2 balls and 1 strike. That is the 12th wild pitch. Charged to a Quakes this year. And Walensky's second. The infield will play back. They'll surrender a run to get an out. And the fastball misses low. And the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. Even though right now the board has it wrong at 2-1. Jones back in there. He awaits the 3-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. It's fastball. Kind of 3-2. Back on this date, April the 21st, 2000, Mo Vaughn, Tim Salmon, and Troy Gloss of Anaheim combined to set a major league record, hitting home runs in the same inning twice. We'll never see that, of course. That was the only time. Walensky stares in at catcher Jeff Mathis, who sets in, and the fastball misses low. Now they got the count right. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Guess they're saying that Jones had fouled one of those balls away. The Angels beat the Devil Rays, by the way, that afternoon, 9-6. And this ball's fouled back by Jones. He stays alive. The feat had not been previously accomplished in 172,236 Major League games, which have been played to that time. 3-2 delivery. Line drive towards left field. Back goes Nick Gorneau. He'll make the catch. Tagging at third and heading home is Stanek. The throw is cut off. It's 9-2. So give Jamie Jones a sacrifice fly and run batted in. The RBI is the 12th of the season. Chris Snyder stays at second. 1 man down for Jake Garthwaite. Back on this date in 2001, just 2 years ago, Dodger Stadium press box was named in honor of Hall of Fame broadcaster Vin Scully. Ceremony was held before the Dodgers faced the Padres, recognizing his 52 years of baseball. As the slider misses low and away, 1-0 to Garthwaite. Not only 52 years as a broadcaster in the big leagues, but all with the Dodgers. The day would mark the anniversary of his first home broadcast back in 1950. The fastball misses high, 2-0. Scully was inducted into the broadcast wing of the Baseball Hall of Fame back in '82. He also received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame that same year, had a street named in his honor at Dodger Spring Training Complex in Vero Beach. Swing and a miss by Garthwaite, 2-1. Vin Scully, the icon of this industry. Everybody wants to be like him, and few will ever have a chance to even come close. 54 years now in Dodger blue. The 2-1, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Vin is great for many reasons. How he describes the game, how he calls the game in general, his flow, his tone, his knowledge of baseball, knowledge of everything in life. 2-2 pitch misses up and in 3-2. There are a few broadcasters that I've heard that have the ability to at least sound a bit like him. They try their best to mold themselves after Vin. It just doesn't come off the same. 3-2 fastball misses up and in. Third walk issued by right-hander David Walensky here in the 8th. First and second, still only 1 out. Here comes Josh Kroger. That said, of course, you always look to develop your own rhythm, your own timing, your own style, become your own kind of broadcaster, separate yourselves from the guys of the past, and have your own identity. But it would be nice to have a 52-year Major League career and spend it with the same team, especially when it's the Dodgers. The pitch, foul backing out of play by Kroger. Well, if anything, all of these walks give Josh Kroger an opportunity to atone for his 0 for 4 thus far. 3 ground outs and a flyout. One of those ground outs into a double play. So he has had a rough night. 3-0-1. This is way outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Kroger's average, much higher than it normally is. It's 345. As compared to a full season last year with the JetHawks where he hit just 235. The 1-1. This is up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. The year before with South Bend, he had 274. He would lead Tucson in the rookie Arizona League back in 2000, and home runs and runs batted in. He also hit 297 there. This ball's whacked towards the alleyway in right center. It's going to land for a base hit and roll to the wall. At least 1 run will score. They're going to wave home the tail runner Garthwaite. The throw is not nearly in time. And this one, my friend, is definitely in the books. For Josh Kroger, double number 8 on the year. And the 2 RBI give him 9 to go. So he does atone for all of the early problems. That's now 9 runs on 16 hits. All for Lancaster. Still only 1 out, and here comes Mayo Benex Santana. Rancho Cucamonga will get action going in a hurry in the bullpen. You know this pains Bobby Meacham. You get somebody up, and of course that means that you're going to burn them, and they may not be able to go tomorrow. Fastball misses downstairs, 1-0 to Santana. Right-hander Cliff Smith, who has looked very good in his last 2 relief stints. Outfield straight away for the 1-0. Fastball missing low and in. We have just passed the 10 o'clock point here on the West Coast. The ball game is 2 hours and 39 minutes old to this exact minute. The 2-0. Fastball strike over the outside corner. Bit late getting underway, and things haven't really gone too long. Certainly not by minor league standards. But when the game's a blowout, it doesn't matter. Ball's line foul off to the right. Of course, they changed the scoreboard. 11 runs on 17 hits and 1 error for Lancaster. The 11 runs equal the most against Rancho Cucamonga at any point this year. The 17 hits surpass the most they have given up. This ball's popped up and out of play off to the left. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Santana with Richard waiting on deck. The JetHawks are now going to move their mark to 6-1 at home this year. Go above 500 at 7-6 against Southern Division opponents. The 2-2 popped up, right side foul ground, a long run for Aspito, and he will run out of room. Smart play as he slides on the warning track to avoid running right into the protective barrier. So we'll do it again, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3 more runs coming across for the JetHawks here in the home half of the 8th. So 11 runs, 17 hits, 1 error for Lancaster, 2-9-0 for Rancho. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball misses low. Full to Santana, Walensky in trouble and in danger of walking his 4th batter in the inning. And if he does so, just about bet that the Quakes will have to go to Cliff Smith. The runner at second is Kroger. He has a short lead. 3-2 pitch. This is upstairs, ball 4. So, the 4th down. Bullpen to see if Cliff Smith is ready. It appears from here as though he is, and Bobby Meacham doesn't care one way or the other. He is on his way to the mound, and that is going to do it for David Walensky. Brought on to just get some work in, and it was not the prettiest outing that Walensky will have in his career. Meacham is making this about the slowest walk he possibly can. He's yet to officially make the call to the pen, so let's hang on here for just one. Maybe he won't. Now it looks to think he wanted to. And you assume that Meacham is just talking to Walensky about settling down and pulling it together and throwing strikes. Walensky's been around here in the minor leagues. He is 23 years old. And there finally is the call to the pen, so Walensky is done for the night. The pen is brought to you by Carl Buddick, Thin Slice Deli Meats. We'll take a 60-second timeout. 60 seconds on the KWRN Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Hey fans, the manager has already picked his lineup. Have you? I'm talking about the all-star lineup of Carl Buddick. Original thin sliced luncheon meat. They are lean and they are delicious. Great all-American favorites like beef, turkey, ham, and corned beef made Carl Buddick the right call every time. So what will be on your training table? With 10 great varieties to choose from, it will be a close call at home plate. But you can't go wrong because Buddick is the MVP of taste, quality, and value. Look for Buddick thin sliced meats at all.
Baseball, its tradition, the American pastime, and the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. KWRM 1370 is proud to be your exclusive radio home for Quakes baseball. The California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels will host the best future big leaguers in the world in the 7th annual Carolina League versus California League All-Star Game in June. For tickets to the 10-time California League attendance champions, call 909-481-5252 or visit them on the web at Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball, only on...
The new Quakes pitcher is right-hander Cliff Smith, 6'6", 200 pounds even, from Portland, Maine, and right now resides in Haverhill, Massachusetts, out of Brandeis University back down in 1. 0-1, an ERA of 6.00, full third, 3 walks, 1, and the opponents are hitting .250 against him. So Cliff takes over for David Walensky, who can only manage 1/3. He walked 4 and is still on the line, responsible for Kroger at second and Santana at the first base position. So first and second, it is 11 Lancaster JetHawks. Just had a note passed to me that the Fullerton game tomorrow at LA is actually going to begin at 6. And our team late broadcast may start a little bit earlier than normal, probably sometime between 9 and 9:30, depending on how long, of course, the game goes between the Bruins and the Titans. We're set to go. Smith has finished up his warm-up pitches. Left-handed batting Danny Richard digs in. The delivery, there's a strike. 0-1. So the Quakes have used Torres, Griffith, Schneider, Walensky, and now Cliff Smith. Total of 5 pitchers. Cormier and Weschler, the only 2 used on the other side by Lancaster. Smith to the belt. 1. Blowing in, good stop in the dirt. Going hard out there. 1 ball and strike. Castellanos, a reliever for Lancaster, was up and warming. He has long since sat down. That would mean that Justin Weschler will probably stay out and work the ninth. Why not? You're up by 9 runs. Fastball for a strike over the outside corner. The 1-2 is now the count to Danny Richard. He is batting for the 5th time on the evening. He's 3 for his first 4. 2 singles, a triple, a run score, and a fly out to center field. Quakes play behind the runner Santana at first. Off of second goes Kroger. The 1-2, swing and a miss. That is strike 3. No, they got a piece. Ball dropped by Jeff Mathis. So we'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The tape delayed tomorrow, live on Wednesday and again on Thursday. Both 7:15 p.m. affairs. Both pregame shows start at 7. Jake Woods and Jason Bulger on Wednesday. Dan late on. Tape delayed game Shell and Matt Henry. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Good breaking ball from Cliff Smith. So Richard out of there. And back to the top of the order we go for Marlon Williams, the 8th man to bat in the inning. Rancho Cucamonga finally returned home again. They haven't been home very much. A total of 5 games in their first 16 have been at the Epicenter. The Lancaster JetHawks will come down to town, play the back end of the home and home. 3 games, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon. Pitch to Williams, taking over the outside corner, 0-1. Tickets are available for all 3 of those games, as well as the 4 that will follow against the Lake Elsinore Storm next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. 909-481-5252. 909-481-5252 for the box office. Smith comes set, the 0-1. Breaking ball misses high, 1 ball and strike. Every game will be 7:15 except for Sunday the 27th. It'll be a 1:15 game. There's some fantastic promotions involved in all 7 of the upcoming games on the homestand. The 1-1 misses outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Water bottles. Family Fun Pack Day brought to you by Cucamonga County Water District on Friday. The Blues Brothers in town on Saturday. Tremor's birthday and Run the Bases on Sunday. Then Monday Madness, Fanatic Tuesdays, Weenie Wednesdays, and Thirsty Thursdays the following week. Runners off for first and second. Check swing, and no swing. There's Chris Griffith, the umpire in the field. Another count now at 3 balls and 1 strike to Williams. He is batting 6th time on the night. Has 3 hits, 2 singles, a double, 3 runs, 3 out of 5. Righty against righty, the 3-1. Right? Now the count is 4-3-2, and more than likely the runners will be moving on the next pitch. Kroger from second, Santana from first. Looking ahead to the 9th inning for Rancho Cucamonga, they'll have Casey Smith, Nick Kimpton, and Tommy Murphy. Batters 8, 9, and 1. But of course, this game is long out of reach. Down by 9 runs. 3-2, there go the runners. Fastball fouled away. But Williams is fighting up there with Cliff Smith, not willing to give in. And Cliff is giving him the best up he can. Back on this date last year, Rafael Percal, playing for the Atlanta Braves, tied a modern Major League record by stroking 3 triples in 1 game. Marlins that day 4-2. To the set goes Cliff Smith, 3-2 delivery, foul back again. And the runners will have to return. Percal had never had more than 4 triples in a season. Nonetheless, 3 in 1 game. But, of course, putting up those big numbers. And this year again for the Atlanta Braves is full. Atlanta 10-9 on the season. That's after they began very slowly. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Great job again by Cliff Smith, getting down both batters that he faced, both on strikeout. We go to the 9th. It's the JetHawks 11 and the Quakes 2 on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know, Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home, but unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too. Simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts. Not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry though. Water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going stuff if we have to. Okay, Dad.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For 104 Laughlin, or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Titan fans and Pastimes Collectibles knows baseball is a year-round event. Located inside Villa del Sol in downtown Fullerton, Pastimes offers the finest in authenticated sports memorabilia for over a decade. They have every item for every fan, for every budget. From Ruth and Cobb to Lee, Montana and Shaq, you'll find it at Pastimes Collectibles. Where do pros like Nomar Garcia fire shots when they want collectible jersey, equipment, and artwork? Pastimes Collectibles. Call 714-870-8013. That's 714-870-8013.
Top of the ninth inning, last 3 outs that the Quakes have to play with. A.C. Smith leading things off for Rancho against Justin Weschler, and a fastball misses high, 1 ball and no strikes. It is 11-2 Lancaster. They're probably going to take game 1 of this 4-game series. Fastball misses high yet again, 2 balls and no strikes. Smith will be followed by Nick Kempton and then Tommy Murphy. Batters 8, 9, and 1. And the line the 2-0. Fastball misses in, 3 balls, no strikes. Who will start walking batters, a lot of the way David Walensky did in his half of the 8th inning. The line on Walensky, 1/3, 1 hit, 3 runs earned. No strikeouts, 4 walks as Casey Smith will lead off the 9th. Also 1 wild pitch for David Walensky, zeros the rest of the way. The line on Cliff Smith, as long as the Quakes don't come back and Cliff doesn't have to come back out there, no runs, 2 strikeouts, and zeros. Nick Kempton, who is 1 out of 3, has a single, also, and the average sticking at 333 on the year. Now it's 5 runs batted in, and it's a fastball for a call strike. The attendance this evening was 1,146, although probably about a quarter of that actually showed up. The 0-1 is fouled back. A ball, 2 strikes. Steven Shell, who goes tomorrow for Rancho Cucamonga with a record of 0-3 appearances, 2 starts, ERA at nearly 4. Up against right-hander Matthew Henry, who's 1-1, starts, an ERA of 4.5. Breaking ball misses low on him, 1-2 to Kempton. So the stage is set for tomorrow, and the Quakes most assuredly will be looking for redemption. Casey Smith away from first, not being held on, and Weschler steps off the rubber. The worst thing is to take this trip and then lose. The 1-2, Brown foul back again. So we'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just 2 play up here and know that you're going home with a loss. But the Quakes are pretty much done in this one. Nothing they can do now. Again. And again, Kempton. Only 4 games today in the Major League. Told you Toronto beat Boston. Yankees beat Minnesota. Cleveland over the White Sox. Baltimore over Tampa Bay. And Rocco Baldelli extends his hitting streak for the D-Rays at now 14 in a row. 1-2 pitch misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kempton. The limited schedule today in the Major Leagues means that they will have a huge night of baseball tomorrow in both leagues. Here to center field, playable for Marlon Williams. Back a few strides, now in, and he makes the catch. 1 man down, Kempton 1 for 4. Tommy Murphy. Murphy is 0 for 4. I got 14. against right-handed pitching. So he loves batting from the left side, but not so much tonight. The delivery, swing, and a miss. Chase the bad one. 1-0. Tommy from Boynton Beach, Florida. And Florida Atlantic. The guy who hit 190 for Rancho Cucamonga in 2001, and then last year hit 270 for Cedar Rapids. The 0-1 pitch, misses low, good stop in the dirt by Snyder. Tommy, base again, 15 games played, but not yet this evening. For 1-1, just missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lancaster is a really interesting spot. Force base just to the north of here. Really what the 2-1 is hit on the ground towards second. This could be 2. They go to second for 1. The relay throw not nearly in time. Fielder's choice 4-6. Erasing Casey Smith. 2 men down. Quakes down to their final out. Murphy aboard for Jason Aspito. Aspito is one of the few Quakes who's having a big night with the bat. He is 2 out of 4 with a double, a single, and a run scored. You look up and down the lineup. Casey Konchman is 2 out of 4 with a pair of singles. Jeff Mathis, 2 out of 3, 2 singles, a run batted in, and a walk. The pitch, fastball missing high. Mike Howard, 3 stays twice. Nick Dorno, 1 for 4 with a single. Casey Smith is 1 for 3, a single, and a walk. Vito fouls this one back 1-1. Kipton 1 for 4 with a single, a run batted in. Justin Turner 0 for 4. Tommy Murphy is now 0 for 5. So he keeps that streak going. For 1-1, fastball misses low. The Quakes have 10 hits tonight, but only 2 runs. Last night, scored 4 times on 9. Game before, a run on 6 hits. Pitch to Aspito, fastball missing low. 2 runs on 6 hits. So you get the idea that the Quakes offense is really sputtering now. The 3-1. This is low, ball 4. Now Jason Aspito has reached base 3 times. Pretty good night. Tommy Murphy goes to second, and another chance here for 2 out of 4. That was the 4th walk on the year for Jason. Things going. Got a 6th game after tonight's play. Announcement out of Seminole, Florida. The Arizona League, Pioneer League, Midwest League, and now here in the California. And looks at a fastball that misses high, 1-0. There's no way that Justin Wechsler would be in the game right now if it wasn't for the offensive explosion in the 7th and 8th innings by Lancaster. And putting this one away. Wechsler has really struggled with this. A lot of pair of hits. Called here, I'm not sure why. Casey Konchman may be taking off one of his batting gloves. He is. So, everybody waits for Casey and stuffs it in the back pocket. Quakes have runners at first and second, 2 out in the 9th. Fastball missing low and away, 2 balls, no. Next time call, we're going to have a meeting at the mound. Elf Stottlemyre Jr., the pitching coach, is jogging out. Wechsler walks behind the mound. He can't believe how much he's struggling here. But he is. All he needs to do is throw strikes with fastball. Doesn't even need to mix it up anymore. Make him hit it. Eventually you'll get that 3rd out. With 2 outs, hey, the Quakes are going to rally for 9 runs. It's a house on it. And I'm not a betting man. Good thing I don't own a house. I guess that's the broadcaster's challenge for his team. I don't think any team could accomplish. It could be the Angels out there. The 2-0. This is down low, 3 balls, no strikes to Konchman. As Casey gets on, then Jeff Mathis. The inning started with a walk. Seen 2 of those here in the 9th. 3-0 is taken for a strike, 3-1. That time Konchman took what looked like a changeup. Either that or Wechsler just took so much off the fastball that it kind of floated in there. To the second one. Fastball strike at the knee is 3-2. The Quakes are going to fall to 1-4 on the current 8-game road trip. So the only chance to break even is, of course, they would love to see that. 3-2, hit on the ground to second base, moving to his left by Ugla, throw to first, and the side is retired. That is the ball game. So the Quakes and they lead to the final score from the hangar in Lancaster, California. It's the Quakes 2. We'll take a timeout and come back for the post-game wrap-up right after this on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Third.
Hey fans, it's Rob Render, voice of the Quakes, reminding you to get out to the ballpark for some serious ball and good times. Head on down to the epicenter during the 2003 regular season for some fantastic weekday promotions, including Thirsty Thursdays, brought to you by Twins Nightclub in Rancho, Cucamonga. All 12-ounce soft drinks and beer, $1 all game long.
Come see the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels, play at the beautiful epicenter off Interstate 15 at Foothill. For tickets as low as $6, call 909-481-5252. That's 481-5252. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Oh, hit.
Stadium Tavern in historic downtown Fullerton is a proud sport. Located in Villa del Sol off Wilshire and Harbor, enjoy Stadium Happy Hour from 4 to 7 days a week. Try our classic burgers, or the elegance of chicken risotto, or our signature seafood. Stadium Tavern caters any party, big or small, and is the host venue for Titan Talk with George Horton. Stadium Tavern in downtown Fullerton. Call 714-447-4200. That's 714-447-4200.
And now it's time for the Quakes post-game show. Brought to you by Alpha Graphics, now offering ISO 9001 certification. Let's rejoin Rob Brender, the voice of the Quakes, for a recap of the game's big plays and key players, plus news, score, stats, and more from around the California League and Major League Baseball.
Welcome back to Lancaster Municipal Stadium here in Lancaster, California, where the JetHawks have really crushed the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes tonight by a count of 11-2. Here are the totals for the Grand Series. The JetHawks 11-0. Winning pitcher Lance Cormier advances his record to 2-2. Losing pitcher is Joe Torres. He falls to 2-1. For the Quakes, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. There are only 2 runs on the board tonight. For the JetHawks, 6 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the seventh, 3 in the eighth for their 11 runs. With the victory, Lancaster now with a 2-game edge on Rancho Cucamonga, a 1.5-game advantage on the now second-place Lake Elsinore Storm, who had the night off. 5-6 on the year. The Quakes fall back to 500 at 8-8. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 4 minutes. The attendance 1,146. The hanger. The Quakes would use 5 pitchers tonight: Torres, Griffith, Schneider, Walensky, Cormier, and Weschler. Split distance for Lancaster. Tomorrow, a tape-delayed broadcast. It'll be on the air about 9:30. It's originally going to start at 7:15 here at the hangar. Right-hander Stephen Shell and fellow right-hander Matthew Henry. Thanks so much to everybody back at the studio, specifically Todd at KWRM. Thank you for running the board all evening long, and especially to all of you, the fans, listening around the country and around on 1370 AM on the internet at rcquakes.com. This has been a presentation of KWRM Sports on the Quakes Baseball Radio Network. I am Rob Brender. Once again, your final score, the JetHawks 11 and the Quakes 2. We'll see you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.
It's lunchtime, and you're up to bat. What are you going to put on? It's lunchtime, and you're up to bat. What are you going to put on? It's lunchtime, and you're up to bat.